Hello, and welcome to another episode of the Circle of the Seven Dice. It is time to choose your weapon. But I'll hand it on over to Jeff. We are going to start some more Marvel superheroes.
Oh boy, I tell you guys, I'm pretty excited about this. Like just hearing the music from the intro again was already getting me pumped up. I'd forgotten how much I enjoyed like that epic little video intro that our D Nemesis put together for our game here. I am your game judge for the day, of course. Jeff Bracey, game master, comic book nerd, artist, writer extraordinaire. Felt with my fellow nerds, writers, artists as well in tow here. For those of you who have not seen the first chronicle of the Golden Gatekeepers, let me give you a bit of a rundown. A somewhat ragtag, not everybody's motley, but a group of individuals came together as the West Coast's newest super team. So named in Lois Lane style by one Gail Weathers, Snoopy nosy reporter extraordinaire, as a former thug from the barrio, a world-traveling adventurer / archaeologist, a super-powered artist and sculptor, and a master of martial arts from the Bylong Temple, found themselves thrown into the cauldron of destiny, which mixed them into a nice spicy soup of superhero action and adventure, as they found they had to rally against the forces of the Pacific Overlords, a group of evil people from an island nation called Demonica, which surprisingly does not actually exist, but they're based somewhere apparently. And they had designs on several pieces at the museum from which Grace is currently stationed, as she has returned from the Far East with artifacts from China that were on display. And a number of these things were stolen, including the jade dragon that Grace had returned. Well, it turned out this was a larger plot of Demonicus to use the petrified form of the ancient and terrible dragon Fin Fang Foom, he whose limbs shatter mountains and whose backs scrape the sky. He wished Demonicus is well known for using kaiju as weapons of mass destruction, and he tried to put the celestial dragon under his own sway. He was fortunately stopped by our heroes, but along the way, in a spiteful bit of revenge, he activated the dragon without any controls in place, and Fin Fang Foom decided to just rampage as kaiju will, talking all kinds of mad smack. But that mad smack was met out in equal portions by our one Sombra de la Muerto, the Elario of the barrio, who was all about self-promotion, talking smack, and playing with shadows, as our heroes use their various powers to impressively minimize the amount of damage the dragon was able to do before he could attain his full power and glory, staving off his attacks and rescuing various civilians in the path of destruction until some of the bigger guns in the area could come to play, including Kyle Rayner, the Green Lantern, who has been chilling out in Coast City while Hal Jordan has been out in space somewhere. And also the Champions, a team that includes Hercules, Ghost Rider, Darkstar, the High-Flying Angel, Black Widow. Am I missing anybody? Did I say Ghost Rider?
Yes.
Anyway, that group is in there because I just kind of love the 70s, so I thought it'd be great to put them back together. And it was an amazing pitched battle. The police got involved. The military got involved. Chaos ensued. Dogs and cats were living together. It was everything you hoped and dreamed for. And in the end, our heroes found the way to defeat the awesome and terrible Fin Fang Foom. And in the aftermath of this, the son of Zeus recognized the heroes as true heroes of the realm and invited them all out for great feasting and drinking, all on Hercules at the time. Now, onward. Our heroes deserve a well-earned rest chance to heal up after facing insurmountable odds, even in the face of the greatly diminished Fin Fang Foom. Hercules is true to his word, however, and he will revel with them. Anybody who chooses to stick around for the reveling will be reveled to their heart's content. Players are allowed to make an excuse to leave if they wish, or hang out as long as they wish. There are many police, there are city officials, there are firefighters, there are members of the military, there are scads of brain work, scads of news crews hanging about trying to get the word in. And first of all, let's decide who's going to hang out and party with Hercules for a bit, if any.
I'll stay with Hercules. This is really the kind of like the first time Grace has gotten to meet anybody who's even remotely like her.
All
And
right.
even though he's kind of a bore, it's like there's too much that she can learn that she would otherwise not have a chance for.
By long, are you sticking around for a little while?
I have no need for praise or party.
Fair enough. Pylong can depart as soon as he likes. Rowan, how about you?
I'll stick around and help with the cleanup.
Yeah.
And I don't know if I even need to ask this. Ilario.
Yeah, you don't even need to ask that. So, in fact, I'm shooting videos for the website with everybody there the whole time. So, and throwing up gang signs and all of the other stuff going on.
Of course you are. As you find, Grace, as usual, she seems to have claimed some sort of stake, some ownership of you. She's beating her way through all the other journalists to get to you first. And she is trying, as usual, to get her exclusive. I mean, after all, she coined the term the Golden Gate.
You mean Gail?
Yeah, Gail. Thank you. That name comes from elsewhere. The Golden Gatekeepers. However, Ilario, you find you have some significant competition in the world of public oration as Hercules starts to regale the moments of the battle that he was witness to, and he's talking about, the bold new heroes. Look at the strapping youngsters here jumping into the fray. My, what mighty heroes they are as they boldly step against the evil power of the Fin Fang Foom. It does my warrior's heart good. And he's talking and he's drinking and he's eating, all doing this at the same time. And Alara, you're actually having to fight to do the thing that you normally do, because this guy is like just stealing every scene he's trying to be in here.
That's fine. While I'm watching him do that, I managed to sneak in some King's tacos there, El Rey's tacos, and I just goes in front of him, and as he's eating them, I pop up in the background and go, and look at this, the king of battle, the demigod himself, he's eating at El Rey's. That's right. Go to El Rey's, say my name, Eladio, and you get 10% off. That's right, El Rey's tacos.
I have a quick question about
Yes.
the point about the karma that we were awarded earlier. The group points. Do we split those as a group?
No, everybody got it.
No, I awarded you each of that because that fight is so devastatingly epic. You guys deserve to just each get that big chunk. That's why I have your totals
Okay.
as they are.
Okay.
So you've all got a
did you
shit ton
apply
of-
those points by any chance?
What's that?
Did you apply those points by any chance? I did not.
No, go ahead and apply them to your sheet as you will.
Okay. Let me do that real quick then.
Yeah, I already added it.
Yeah, so you guys get a massive, massive award for last game, defeating a foe that was really reasonably undefeatable by you. Big risk, big reward, I say.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. All right.
Have fun with that. You've earned it.
Revel while it lasts.
Grace, you are actually approached by the cat-suited redhead of the champions, as she's there, but she's trying to stay out of the limelight. She seems to be fairly good for somebody with flaming red hair, not attracting a great deal of attention.
Mm-hmm.
She comes up to you, and it's like, we have not had the pleasure to meet before, but I know your companion Ilya.
Yes. Yeah, and how is he? And I say this in Russian because I have to all speak.
She decides to respond in fluent. Now, as you're listening to her, she approached you. She approached you with a flawless American accent,
Mm-hmm.
but she transitions into flawless Russian.
Mm-hmm.
Well, this is nice.
Mm-hmm.
Outside of Darkstar over there, I rarely get to use my native tongue in this country.
I don't often speak this either, but it is good to have someone to practice with, wouldn't you say?
Indeed. Ilya is doing quite well. He is a valued friend and companion when it comes to certain mission parameters. He has been extraordinarily useful.
I apologize. I don't remember. Does this work like Warhammer where we apply it to certain things, or is this just spendable points?
They are, if you remember, they can be applied to influencing roles, as
Right.
well as spendable points for doing power stunts, for increasing your attributes and powers.
Okay. I guess we'll have to do that. I guess after the game or something. I don't know. I don't know how
Yeah,
to do all
it
that
sounds.
again. It's been a while.
Yeah, it sounds like you're going to need a primer all over again. So best to do that after the game.
Yep.
Oh, also, I forgot to add this into the tally. For such an epic feat of defeating the dreaded Fin Fang Foom, even in a diminished state, you may add 1 point across the board to all of your attributes and all of your various superpowers.
Oh. What was that again?
You may add 1 point to all of your attributes. So,
Okay.
like, if your fighting is 25, you can take it up to 26, all the way down the board. And you can do the same thing with your superpower. So, like, if you have a superpower that's rank number 16, you can take it up to 17.
Nice.
Sorry, I forgot to put that in the tallies earlier, but I didn't.
Yeah.
And the level, that's like a, that's at least a continent level kind of threat, definitely a city level threat at his diminished size, and that again deserves a grander reward than you would normally get.
I'm even more of a unit now.
You're a unit, all right.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm too sexy for myself.
Darkstar managed over the cacophony, and Hercules' booming voice comes over and starts and joins the conversation with you and Grace as well. Oh, another native speaker. This is quite nice.
Yeah, there's much I have to learn about how it all works, but I seem to be getting the hang of it quickly.
The hang of adventuring is my understanding from Ilya. You were quite accomplished, just not quite as public as the rest of us until recently. That is.
Yes, that's the way that I have preferred it. My circumstances are similar to his, if you get my meaning.
I am well aware of his particular vocation, if you will. Well, I think you might find it difficult to hide in the shadows from this point forward.
I fear so as well. It's unfortunate. I find that, given my situation, I like a certain amount of secrecy, as I'm sure one of your profession would understand.
Well, Natasha speaks up. Well, fortunately, you seem to have one advantage, and she nods over to like Hercules and Ilario vying for attention. There are more people willing to take the spotlight, and it does make it easier for you to step back and let them.
Yes. Yeah. Well, and I look to Ilario, and I appreciate him very much for that.
Of course you do. I'm here for you.
Of course you are.
Yes.
Eloria, I'm curious. Are you trying to keep up with the amount of alcohol that Hercules is consuming?
Sure. Absolutely.
All right. Do me a favor and roll me an endurance feat.
Although I do also try and convince Hercules to say into the camera, when I'm not eating Olympian food, I eat at King Ray's Tacos because I'm going to get a bonus from King Ray. Or El Rey. So.
Yeah. This is like the opposite of the Asmodeus piece.
Yeah. What do you need? You need an endurance roll?
Yes, endurance roll, please.
Oh, I'm going to fail this. Oh, look at that. I rolled a 30 against a 37.
Okay.
It's actually good, isn't it? You want to roll below
I
it,
do
right?
believe I want to roll under it, so yes.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah, that's a pretty good roll.
This is the opposite of Warhammer. You want to roll, the higher you roll, the better.
Oh, okay. Never mind.
Oh.
Okay.
Yeah, so you're feeling pretty good, my man. You're feeling pretty good.
All right. I'm not stopping.
Yeah, do it. Watch you will, because I have quite the day planned for you.
Here's another roll. Look at that.
Jan, I cannot remember the name of your character for some reason.
Rowan.
Rowan. When I see Rowan helping people clean up, I joined her in trying to help.
That was a 46 on the 37, by the way, for my next roll.
All right. You know what? That's going to earn you guys some goodwill. I would like Rowan and Pai Long to add. I'm going to make it add plus 10 to your popularity.
I thought my drinking was adding to our goodwill for a second. So.
Oh yeah.
Like, because you don't often see superheroes hanging out cleaning up the aftermath. So, like, while a bunch of you are over there at whatever bar and grill is still standing.
I like how they have that ongoing gag in the DC animated movies about how every time a big event happened, Flash got left to clean everything up because he can do it so quickly.
Because he can do it, you know. Like,
Yeah.
And they're like, I owe you one, Flash. He says, you owe me about 10.
It's usually either him or Superman, yeah.
You know, if I was Flash, I'd be pointing at Superman and Wonder Woman like, you two are super fast, dude. Get your butts over here.
Yeah.
Right?
I don't
And
have
you, John, get over here. What are you doing floating over there?
Yeah, exactly. Like, oh, you're fast. Like, you got the power ring. You can make a whole construction company. Come on.
Yeah.
Right?
The Flash.
Meanwhile, I'm the Latino booster gold of our group. So,
Yeah.
Now, because you guys are doing that, I'm going to get into something that's a little fun. As you guys are cleaning up and the first responders are doing their thing, they're treating the people who got injured in the fight, like the policemen who got caught in like the Hellfire missile blast or like inhaled too many of the acidic vapors, the fin fang fumes, flames. There's a whole bunch of things that like went on. Like, you guys did get most of the people out, but some people still get injured along the way, where there was incidents that happened there because they were too close in proximity, or just the crush of fleeing humanity turning into that herd animal that just wants to escape danger. As you were assisting with that, these 3 large tractor trailers come pulling up, and they don't look like your standard kind of tractor trailers. They look very advanced. Kind of like the same, like, you remember Knight Rider, how like he had that super cool tractor trailer that they'd have Kid in all the time?
Right.
Comes in like that. And you can't help but notice it, because like, even though you're busy working and helping and doing the good public PR, these things pull in and they look kind of creepy and ominous to get your attention right away, because they're darkly painted. And then you notice on the side, I hope I'm remembering the name of this. right now because I'm just doing this off the top of my head. It says Damage Inc.
Control.
Damage control.
Damage Control. Thank you. Damage
Yes.
Control.
I knew it. I knew it.
Transformer style, these trailers kind of do the whole and like flip open and expando, and inside these workers come rolling out, and they've got all this like crazy super sciencey kind of cleanup equipment on. Like they're running around in like Ellen Ripley power loaders. They've got all kinds of gear like that, and there's people like sealing the holes in the asphalt with some sort of advanced spray foam. They're dropping chemicals in there to disperse any lingering traces of acid in the area as they're sealing up these holes. The debris is getting rapidly cleaned up. Now they're not EMT kind of people, but there they are doing all that. And as well, another thing catches your eye. There's a glint of metal in the sky, and it's small, so it's not a plane. As it starts coming down, you realize it's an armored humanoid, or possibly a robot, and it lands, and it looks like a female version of Iron Man, but the armor is red and white, and it's got like a Red Cross symbol emblazoned on it. And immediately the person in this armor starts assisting in treating the wounded who are around the area here. And she doesn't bother talking to anybody. She seems to know exactly what she's doing. And she'll look at somebody, and then the next thing you know, she goes to work on them.
Then I want to start bringing any wounded to her.
Yeah. As you do, she's like, "Oh, I see. Yes, just set them over here." And you watch as she runs her vision like up and down them like this. And then she like nods to herself, and mechanical devices seem to just kind of generate in the air around her. Oh my goodness, Kitty, you are really demanding attention today. Mm-hmm. And she starts giving people different infusions of drugs from her armor, as well as like devices that seem to be scanning them. She sprays a foam-like substance that hardens around any broken limbs. She's spraying like salves on acid burns and fire burns, dealing with contusions and bruises and things like. And she doesn't seem to acknowledge who you are. She's just in the midst of doing the work. She acknowledges your presence, but it's not like she goes like, "Oh, you're Bylong, you're Pylong of the Bylong Temple," or anything like that.
I would rather not be noticed for the good things that I do.
That's so on point. Oh my goodness, Kitty. This cat will not leave me alone. I mean, the time you pick. I gotta keep rubbing you. Otherwise I get a cold nose up on my arm over here. So in short order, surprisingly short order, between the damage control and this armored lady in the red and white Iron Man suit, everybody starts getting treated well. The debris starts getting cleared up. The buildings that have no viable structure left are basically the lot area is cleared off to make way for new construction. And the firefighters and the police actually come up to the two of you, like, well, the police specifically, because like some of the guys here is like, "Hey, really want to thank you guys for what you did out there." And yeah, this is a rarity too, like sticking around and been out like this, like not partying with that over muscled bozo. I mean, don't get me wrong, we appreciate like his help in taking down a dragon, but I wish a few more soups were like you guys.
Thank you. I do appreciate it, although your thanks is not necessary. I do as I must.
It's all part of serving and protecting.
Oh, so are you guys like super cops or something?
if I have an ability to help that other people can't, it must be used wisely, right?
I am a servant of the Great White Dragon Lord.
Am I hearing any of this conversation?
No, they're out on the street, man. You guys are in the bar and grill.
Yeah.
Damn. San Francisco's bravest deserve some El Rey tacos. So,
Of course. Well, you're making sure people know all about the King of Tacos. That's for sure.
yes.
You know, El Rey is getting known out there.
Nice.
You know, we appreciate good citizenry, no matter where it comes from. So again, whether you want the thanks or not, that's fantastic. I have no idea what you mean by serving the Great White Dragon, but hey, I'll take it.
We too thank you for your service.
And there's some mutual respect there.
Yeah.
I would like to say, Mike and Jennifer, you can put the local PD down as
Contact?
yeah, they're not a contact in the way that regular contacts work, but like you've definitely got the attention of the local PD. So yeah, put them in your contacts, both of you.
Okay.
They once like if you run into an officer for whatever reason and you know they recognize you, they will be more friendly towards you than they might be otherwise.
Nice.
Meanwhile, back at Party City, like so the size difference between Hercules and Ilario is just ridiculous. You know, one's 6'6" and Ilario is like not even 6 feet tall.
Yeah.
It's like huge muscles, and he's like hugging you up to him, like, you know, sometimes you remind me of an old comrade of mine back from the days of ancient Greece, a fellow named Iolus. He was quite something.
It's kind of like, you know, Danny DeVito and Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Yeah.
I clap him on the back as hard as I can, which does absolutely nothing. He goes, well, I say, yo, bro, this Iola's must have been some badass Latino if he reminded you of me, because I am the only one of me that is around, man. I are so much me that if I was as tall as you, the world couldn't handle it. You get what I'm saying, bro?
Oh.
Yeah.
I like the cut of your jib.
Yeah. Yeah. Meanwhile, Widow and I are like talking like Russia, like, you know, our times together that we've had in Russia.
You do happen to like it. This is Hercules' loud, booming voice, and Dark Star just kind of like rolls her eyes, and you can tell she's not rolling her eyes at anything you said. She just rolls her eyes. Natasha, the practiced spy that she is, manages not to shift her expression no matter what she's hearing and seeing around her.
Yeah. Yeah.
When he says, I like the cut of your jib, it's like, bro, I don't even know what the hell that means, but I like it. As long as you're not going to creep on me, you can cut my jib anything you want. So,
Kyle Rayner, it turns out, is enjoying this respite from doing his superhero duties. But suddenly his power ring lights up and the face of an overlarge blue head appears in the green shaft of light. Kyle Rayner.
What the hell is that? Some chupacabra came out of your ring, bro. So
he kind of like looks like no. the blue head doesn't really acknowledge you. There's like a little bit of a glance, then back to Kyle. Kyle Rayner of Sector
2814.
2814.
Is it 2814?
2814.
2814.
Kyle Rayner, Green Lantern, Section 2814. You are required on Oa. A situation has arisen, and all Corps members are needed. Up. Right away, Guardian. Well, sorry, everyone. That's my cue. Gotta go do space things. And Kyle, a green glow surrounds him, and then he just takes off out of the building. The ring actually allowing him to travel right through the roof as if he was a ghost.
Yep.
Kyle does
Phasing
not
function of the
know how
ring.
lucky he is that Ilario did not find out he's an artist.
I look at,
He
I look
would
at
have. Yeah. I think he missed out on a really interesting conversation with Rowan. That's all I'm going to say.
Well,
I look at Hercules and go, yo, man, that dude's got a sick ass pager. Is that his old lady or what?
sick ass pager. Where do you come up with this shit?
Drugs. Lots and lots of drugs.
I'm sure Ilari's taking a few.
Yeah.
Oh, and Gail's all up in your grills, like, oh right, this is amazing. We have two of our prominent West Coast teams together now. We've got the Golden Gatekeepers, the champions. We had the visit from one of the Green Lanterns of Earth here. You know, Ilario, how is this? Did you ever think in your wildest dreams that when your recent career in superheroing, you would be rubbing shoulders with literal titans here in the city?
Hey, you know what? I didn't know if I'd be rubbing shoulders with the Titans of the city here, or if I'd be rubbing shoulders with Nacho and Tiny down in Cell Block A. You know, but hey, I'll take this any day of the week because I got beer, I got tacos, I got all this fine food. There's some fine ladies around here. The chicas are looking around. You're looking pretty good yourself, Gail. Woo, baby. Yeah, everything is on fire here. So yeah, this is sweet. And my boy Hercules here. This boy can knock that shit down, bro. I got 3 words for you, man.
Hercules nodding and flexing.
That's right. Actually, you know what? I'm just gonna put it out there. WWE, man. You need a manager. I'm your man. So
Forsooth, Gale Weathers, the mortal doth speak true, and I find you quite comely for one of a mortal frame. He gives her a wink. Gale is like shocked and then flushes bright red.
Oh, you are bad.
Hey, Hercules.
Hercules, you bad, man. In fact, you're not Hercules no more, man. You got to get the barrio name. You're Hercule, bro. You are Hercule, Herculito. That's what you are because, you may have a bigger brother, but Herculito, you a bad man.
Well, perhaps I can also arrange an exclusive interview with yourself and the champions. But of course, come by any time. And like you see, like Iceman and Archangel kind of look at each other and just kind of like do one of these.
And I lean into Gail and I whisper.
I'm doing the roll eye as well.
I lean into Gail and whisper, "Don't forget who hooked you up."
she blushes again. She's for one of the few times since you have met her, like Gail seems to lose track, which allows some of the other press to stick their microphones and their cameras forward and take charge. And while Gail's trying to fight to regain her composure, for the flaming-headed skull guy, there's no sign of him. He seemed to have disappeared as soon as the threat was over.
It did seem to be some kind of a mystical entity anyway.
This is the 70s team, so we're talking Johnny Blaze?
Yes.
You said? Okay.
Interesting.
He's the more modern iteration of Johnny Blaze, so he's not just shooting the Hellfire, he's using the chain and stuff like that.
Oh, nice.
But it's the same group members from the 70s. They've in my world, they've come back together to form the team in current year.
Okay. All right.
I'm like,
yeah, my timeline completely follow the current DC and Marvel canon. I like to play with things a little bit.
What happened to that?
Yeah,
brother?
just taking bits and pieces you like and put it together.
Exactly.
I look around. I'm like, what happened to that brother with the flaming skull, man? That dude could use some lotion. I could hook him up for commercials. You put a little lotion on his face, the flames leave, his face reforms. He could make bank with that shit. I wanted to talk to him about it.
The spirit of vengeance is not as gregarious as someone like myself.
Spirit of vengeance, man. I'm talking about spirits of moisturizing. You get what I'm saying? Look at your skin. You look all fine over there, man. I say that as a heterosexual. So,
well,
how does
godly
one apply
immortality
moisturizer to a skull?
Very carefully, Pylon, because I heard you all the way outside. So.
The Ghost Rider is a more solitary creature, but he is there whenever we need him, and a valiant warrior in times of need.
Mm.
He does kind of have a thing for staring.
Yeah.
Before I get back to drinking and eating, I make sure I hand out business cards to all of the symbol press to remind them about goldengatekeepers.com.
Oh, let's face it, when you don't have eyelids, you can't help but stare.
Yeah.
Grace, you were suddenly by the Archangel. He's wearing a skin tight blue and purple suit. It's almost like a weird kind of techno tribal pattern on him. His large metallic wings seem to have disappeared since he's come inside.
Yeah.
And he's got you can see he's got blonde eyebrows but blue skin. And he comes up to you and he reaches out his hands like, allow me to introduce myself. Warren Worthington III, also known as the Archangel.
Grace Meridian, a pleasure to meet you.
Indeed, the pleasure's all mine. And immediately Natasha's like, oh, Warren, you too.
Yes.
Whatever do you mean? Our friend Warren is a valuable member of the team, well-respected former member of the X-Men. I'm still there whenever they need me, but he's a ladies' man. I'm just introducing myself.
Yeah.
She looks like a woman of outstanding form and culture.
You know, I'd almost believe you if you said culture first.
Good catch.
I see you're a man of culture as well.
And as he's saying this, the living icicle, Iceman, comes wandering up, and you can hear like the soft kind of like, you know, when you step on ice and you hear like the soft little cracks. There's a little bit of these kinds of sounds as he moves, as you know, because ice is supposed to be a solid thing, but when he moves with the fluidity of a human being. But you can actually see the transparency in him, like he is legitimately made out of ice. It's like, hey, Warren, come on, give us all a chance here. Hey, Bobby Drake, Iceman, X-Man, champion. Hey, like, well, I'm an X-Man and champion too. I know you're not the only one. I've also been a defender. So have I. Well, I'm
along with Dr. Hank McCoy, as I've heard.
Oh, you know Hank? Hey.
I know him by reputation.
Hey, small world. I mean, like, do you know Hank or by reputation? By reputation, Bobby.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
I figure he's been enough in the scholarly world that I would at least have heard the name.
Sure. I mean, he is rather famous, having been both on the X-Men, the Defenders, and the
Avengers. Yes.
So that's a perk these two guys have not managed to acquire as of yet.
Yep.
Hey, look, I'm just saying. You know, like, it's really exciting to see some new heroes out there, and you guys pulled off a heck of a stunt taking on the likes of Fin Fang Foom. He's usually the kind of thing that takes Iron Man and the Avengers to deal with. Although
we were lucky, and also, I mean, this is not my first rodeo dealing with monsters.
Oh, do tell. And Warren leans in, so my understanding is like you're at the Museum of Asian Arts currently.
That is correct for now. I do a lot of traveling. A lot of rotating symposiums, presentations.
Is there any chance I can get you to give me a tour of the facilities?
I don't see why not. You're definitely a hero of some renown. I don't think that there would be any trouble getting you in.
Well, I would certainly love to get your opinion on the exhibits there. You being
absolutely. More than happy to. We can just once we schedule a time and we're not trying to save the world, we're not happy to do that.
Bobby starts to look a bit annoyed, like he didn't think of that, and he then kind of shrugs with a smile and goes wandering off as if conceding a victory to Warren.
Yeah. I don't think that would ever work. Not in a million years.
As he's wandering off, like you hear him like over his shoulders, like, I think that redhead's still outside.
Yeah. Warren does have a thing for redheads, I have heard. Yes.
Yeah. But for whatever reason, he's fixated on you. Maybe he's found out redheads are a little on the dangerous side.
Yeah. I think after the last redhead tried to blow up a planet, I would do that.
I mean, they don't talk about Jean's extra superpower, which is making every man possible fall in love with her.
Yeah.
Including Professor X back in the very first run of X-Men.
It's almost like this is like a subconscious telepathic thing she does. I don't know how.
Well, as long as she doesn't run around making the whole team gay, we're good.
Yeah.
It doesn't help her.
I'm assuming that did not happen in this timeline.
No. What was that, Mike?
I said some people just have that thing, that little something that just attracts people to them.
Like they got
like
the red.
Laura was watching all this and singing, "She's a lady." She's a lady.
All right, so as Pai Long and Rowan are getting close to finishing up, getting close to a point where they feel like it's okay for them to leave. Everything is well in hand. The man made out of ice comes sliding over on one of his ice slides and steps off right next to Rowan. Hey there, Iceman, also known as Bobby Drake. And you are?
I'm Rowan Whitewood. So nice to see you with the help of the cleanup.
Right, exactly. Cleanup. I'm so good with that. Like, if I'm a guest in somebody's house, I'm happy to do the dishes after they've cooked. That sort of thing. That is me all over. Oh, it really looks like a lot of it's been done. Those damage control guys are like really efficient, aren't they?
So nice to clean up your own mess.
Or after a giant dragon.
Well, it is our responsibility to serve and protect.
Hey, I mean, do you happen to need any tidying up at home?
I'll just call the Flash.
Nice.
Mike, +5 karma. That was funny. Give yourself 5 extra karma.
All right.
I like that.
Yeah.
I control the messes I make at home, and right now I'm in the middle of a project.
Oh, well, hey, do you want to talk sometime? The champions are stationed in LA. Feel free to come by and visit. I'd love to get to know the new kids on the block a bit more. I mean, like, this was really impressive what you did. Like, Fin Fang Foom is no joke.
Yeah, that fight was quite inspiring. I need to get back to the studio. I see another artistic piece in mind.
Oh, you're an artist, I've got a friend who's an artist, but he's made out of steel, not ice. But he's on the other coast. So, like, a chance to meet him anytime soon.
It can be interesting, incorporating the fire with his steel. I might have to talk to him sometime.
Well, how about he's trying to think, what about the contrast of fire and ice?
I've experimented with that. The results are so-so. I haven't tested steel. That's a new medium.
Bobby starts to look a little crestfallen, like he's you get the impression he's thinking like, I might have just talked myself out of a date and talked Colossus into one.
Because she's totally oblivious that he's hitting on her because she's still a little naive.
Yeah.
So she's just thinking in terms of artistic and nothing else.
Well, he kind of looks around.
Yeah.
You know what? I think I will see if there's anything I can do to help out around here. As he's talking, he sees some people like they've been treated, but like some people with some large contusions, and he just starts making like some ice crystals on the side of their faces to help with the swelling and things like that. And he's generally helping out, but this
was not his scene.
Yeah,
it just wasn't.
All right, Elario.
See,
you can put down Hercules as a contact now.
nice.
Cool.
As for all of you, you may consider the champions broadly as a contact.
Awesome.
Did you get my whisper, by the way?
Oh no, sorry, I wasn't looking. So, Grace, you can personally add Black Widow as a contact as well.
Very cool.
Especially because you have the connection through Ilya.
Yep.
And as you are kind of formalizing some of this stuff, you are given a device that will allow you to contact her a little bit more directly. And the champions overall are, well, kind of like the Fantastic Four and the Avengers. They are in the book.
Mm-hmm.
But the as you're being gifted this thing, with Darkstar nodding in approvingly, I should say, you start hearing a cacophony of a twining of voices that don't sound like they should be together. This deep basso voice with this sing-songy. I'm not sure exactly how Ilario would sing if he could, but you find that Ilario and Hercules are doing karaoke.
Back away slowly, Homer Simpson style.
Yeah.
They're going like ebony and ivory. That's your part.
Fit together in perfect harmony, side by side.
Keyboard, oh Lord, tell me why can't we?
They have both been drinking a lot, haven't they?
Oh yeah.
Gail she's got her cameraman on it. She's filming everything, as are so many other reporters. The look on her face is somewhere between perplexed and amused, and you can almost hear the gears in her brain trying to calculate, how can I make a good story out of this?
Question: Has the cleanup been done? Have all the victims been taken care of?
Indeed, it has.
Well, then Pylon needs to get back to the temple. They have the White Dragon gang to deal with.
Yeah.
Alrighty then.
And I have to return the statuette thing, or at least make sure that it's
to return that White Dragon armor.
Yeah.
Well, he's talking about the jade statuette, but there is no more jade statuette. The jade statuette was a petrified form of Fin Fang Foom.
Mm-hmm.
So that's gone. But you can do something with the bronze box with the sacred herbs, or you can turn it over to the authorities. Depends on
I'm wondering whether I'm wondering whether they would actually be best protected by the Dragon Temple.
That's a viable answer.
Yeah. Yeah, I think I'll go with Pylong and bring that.
All right. So Grace makes her exit. She offers Pylong a ride back to the temple.
I'll go with him since I was with Pylon.
All right. And so the three of you go on to the Pylong temple. And Grace proffers you the bronze container with the sacred herbs.
Yeah. It seems right to for the temple to protect it, since this is your sacred duty and you know it best. The authorities would mean well, but I don't think they would have your expertise in this matter.
I understand. We will keep it safe. We will keep it safe.
Thank you. Mm-hmm. Secret safe. Yeah.
Mike, I don't know if there's a volume thing or if you're farther away from your mic, but
I talked down low for a minute there. Can you hear me?
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
He does that when he's Pylong, so yeah.
I know he's doing that in character, but want the audience to be able to hear you as well. So
Okay, I'll try and speak up a little bit.
yeah.
I thought it was just me because I'm deaf.
No.
Because doing voices myself, if I'm doing a voice and you guys are having trouble hearing me, let me know so I can raise my volume and still be in character.
Yep.
Because it is, like Jennifer can tell you, many of our D&D games, I'm doing cool voices like, we can't hear you. Crap, I got to make it louder.
Yeah.
All right, so the three of you end up driving off into the hills, and you get to the Bylong Temple. Several of the monks come out of the gate right away as you're pulling up, and they're like, Master Pylong, Master Pylong. The monks, the monks, as you know, while they are apart from the world, they are also aware of what's going in the world. They do have monitoring of communications. They are a global organization, and they report to you they have seen your battle with Fin Fang Foom. And they saw you strike the dragon mightily, but they also saw you get struck down as well, only to be revived by one of your companions and to smite the dragon once again. So they're both terribly excited, but they're also looking you over, and they can see how injured you are as well.
I appreciate your concern. I am okay. Yes, it was a fierce battle, and I did get injured, but I really am okay, and I appreciate your concern.
The abbot comes rolling through, is like, well, is that he is Master Pylong? I still feel that you could benefit from some treatment, and I know, of course, you will want to perform your own healing meditations.
I would, but Abbott, I actually, Master Abbott, I had something I wanted to give you. I give him the
bronze box.
The box, yeah.
Yeah, we both presented to him.
Oh.
Please keep this in a safe place. No one can get to it.
I understand.
Consider it the highest of priorities.
Yeah. We cannot allow the dragon to be unleashed once more, and this box is the key to that. So make certain that no one gets it.
So the ancient legends are true.
It would appear so.
I fought them firsthand.
Yeah, we saw at least some of the battle televised. We feared greatly for you, but we had prayed that you would prevail in the end. And to see you strike down the dragon with the fist of the Bylong, it was nothing short of glorious. And even though we do not revel in such things, there was, you must understand, much rejoicing amongst the younger acolytes.
Well, it.
And then
I
there was
must give credit to the Great Dragon Lord, of course, but I must admit that was pretty fun.
He claps you on the back carefully
Yeah.
because on your pale skin, bruises are very apparent.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Your
He fought
robes.
well, and yeah, he gave me the opening to take care of Fin Fang Foom. So he has fought very well and deserves much honor from your order for that.
Indeed, it appears to us that the wise Bai Long has chosen well his champion. But now it is time to see to him. And they all bow to the remaining two of you. Thank
Yeah.
you for seeing to the wellness of our brother. And to you, Rowan. It seemed you played a key part in restoring our comrade to the battle at hand.
That she did.
She did.
But I only did what I had to do.
As do we all. As do we all. But again, you do us and the Bai Long honor.
I'll bow as they bow.
Yeah, I'll likewise bow.
They will turn and usher Bai Long into the temple, and immediately they get to an area you know well for people who have recovered during sparring matches and injuries during training. Sometimes people from other places actually just seeking esoteric means of being assisted. And you were stripped of your rather raggedy and tattered garment after being smashed by a dragon. And immediately incense is being lit, and it automatically has a calming influence, allowing you to center yourself and inhale and just kind of like leave the world behind, as you can feel that the monks are applying poultices to your body, and you barely feel the needles being entered into your meridians as acupuncture is being done upon you as well.
Right. I want to meditate, and I would like to have the energy of the white dragon just kind of flow through me as I do so. This is part of the healing process.
All right. I've been wondering if you were going to do something like this at some point. Mike, you may use a power stunt, if you will,
Okay.
to speed your healing. You can manipulate the power of the white dragon, your electromagnetic chi. You can spend, you'll have to spend 100 karma in the attempt. And then you can roll to see if you are successful or not. But this will count as one towards a power stunt of using your chi to heal yourself.
Okay. I will spend the 100 karma.
All right. Give me a D100 roll.
D100. Okay. $50.
50 is unfortunately not successful.
Okay.
Because 10 attempts at a power stunt makes it a full-on power stunt. But they start out very high and they work their down as you work through the attempts at power stunting. But you can put that down in your list of power stunts. Like you can call it whatever you want, chi healing or just healing or whatever.
Okay.
And mark it as one attempt. You've taken your first step along the path. But even without that, even as your body is a little too beat up for you to muster that on your own, the work of your brethren is going to give you a particular benefit when you arise the next morning.
I'm sorry. Could you say that one more time? I was entering the stuff you said.
Oh, sure. even though you failed in your power stunt, you will find come the next morning that the healing that your brethren perform on you is actually going to give you its own benefit come the morning.
Oh, nice.
And we'll get to that when we get there, but just want to let you know ahead of time.
Okay.
So Grace and Roanne, where are you going after that?
I would just ask her to drop me off at my place.
Yeah,
'Cause like I said,
yeah, I can drop you off, and then I'm gonna find a place to crash myself. Probably a safe house or something.
Oh, so you're not going back to the museum?
I can offer you guys quarters here if you would like.
Oh,
well, if he would offer
There's
quarters
nothing
there,
fancy about
I
the
would.
rooms, but they are nice.
If he offered rooms there, I would actually take a rest at the temple.
Yeah.
okay. All right. That's going to be very interesting. That changes my plan significantly. Interesting.
Dun, dun, dun.
So,
Jeff, meet the wrench.
friggin' players, man. Friggin' players. They're always going to distract.
I seem to remember one time, I think it was when we were doing Princes of the Apocalypse, where Nem had this entire thing where he expected us to go this whole other way, and we went and did an entirely different thing. So we just kind of had to wing it.
I see.
You're usually, Jeff, you're the one throwing the wrench in Nim's plan, so this is interesting.
I'm good at throwing wrenches in his plans.
Yeah, I seem to remember this Warhammer fantasy game that was supposed to be like the thing was finished, and then we decided to go to a whole other part of the continent.
Yeah.
Well, they just had to be arrogant at the wrong time.
I'm not saying you weren't right. I'm just saying.
After years and years of having that sort of thing done to me, it was actually kind of nice to be the one doing it for a change.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Grace, you're actually pretty good. You didn't take any significant hits in that fight. I mean, you
and I would have regenerated anything that hit me a while ago. So
yeah, as far as your clothing goes, you do have some damage because Tattoo from the previous session did stab you up a couple of times.
Yep.
So you were at first, like, the monks start to fuss, like seeing, like, there's blood on your clothing, and you're like, oh, I'm not injured. But they do offer you a robe to relax in, so you don't have to. If you're willing, they will take your clothing and repair it by hand.
Yeah, I appreciate that, and I let them know that I'll do that.
Jennifer, you did get the crap smacked out of you.
Yeah, I'll probably take if they have a bath in there, I'll probably take one too.
There are some nice hot spring baths that are available.
Very nice.
Jennifer, if you would, Roanne will be offered healing treatment as the Pylong is being subjected to.
I would accept gratefully.
All right, and soon you will find yourself being disrobed while your own garments are repaired, and poultices and acupuncture is being done on you. And just for the sake of modesty, even though they are not worldly people, knowing that you are a Westerner with presumed Western conventions, the monks who are around you are temple nuns as opposed to like temple abbots and whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
So females are working on you. So you will get a little extra something too. How fun is that? Lario.
All right. So how do we do health? Or have we not gotten to the next morning yet?
We haven't got to the next morning yet.
Okay.
Lario.
See.
All good things must eventually come to end. Or so you think. So, at some point, I imagine you are ready to go home.
You imagine incorrectly, sir. So,
Oh,
Another wrench.
damn
they may
it!
have to carry me home.
Plans. So, are you gonna party all night?
All night long, all night. No.
Up
Yeah.
all night, sleep all day.
Eventually, I'll get full, and I'll want to move away from this stifling place that we're at right now to a house party in the hood. In fact, I'll invite Hercules to the barrio for the party. I don't know if he'll come, but you know.
It's funny that you say that. As you guys head to the hood, you find in the barrio there is already a block party in full swing.
Damn right.
And as you roll up, people start cheering. And they're cheering things like, represent Chingala, represent, yo, bro.
Hey, what's up, my peeps? Look at this, and look at this badass man I brought with him. This guy, he is an honorary Latino. He gets the brown card. Welcome him.
Oh man, that is one huge white boy.
That is. Look at him. His name is Herculito, man. That is his down barrio name. In fact,
they start running up, like wanting to do like the whole soul hand clapping thing. A couple of girls run over and start running their fingers down his muscle, like Herculito. You know, and he's like, "Eyelash Herculito approves."
Get this man a mezcal and a tattoo stat. Let's go. Get him inked up.
Make way for Hercules.
I'm afraid I cannot be inked up, as you say, by immortal devices. Their needles cannot penetrate my skin.
Oh, that's too bad.
Meanwhile, you notice as well as like, you know, there's copious amounts of alcohol, but like your uncle and some of your cousins have set up some tables and they're selling your merch. Your is it your grandmother?
Yes.
Yeah. Your grandmother and several other women within the family have this huge spread of food laid out. You know, people are just having the best time. You even see that there are people from rival hoods here, and they've all just kind of set aside everything because, like, you know, Chingala represent, man. Like, oh man, we got a brown superhero, legit brown superhero representing the hood, the barrio, man. Recognize.
Damn, your abuelita came to the party. That's some shit right there.
And
Brown five.
These came to the party.
And
like it is just the coolest time. There's even some people you recognize there as gangbangers, but nobody appears to be making any trouble. There's no side eyes. People just all seem to have gotten together, and they're so excited that one of them is out there getting all this press, man. And it's like, man, like from thug to hero. He's a thug and hero, homie.
That's right. In fact, that shirt will be available to borrow on gamekeepers.com. And hey, abuelita, remember where you got those ideas from. Make sure you give me my cut. I know who you are.
Oh, damn. Oh, damn.
Can you tell me what kind of a world we live in where a man dressed up as a bat gets all of my press?
She rushes up, he gives you a big hug and gives you a playful little slap on the face. You do not tell your abuelito what to do. And look at you. Are you okay? I saw the big lizard smash you into the dirt. Oh, look, and she gets a cloth and starts like rubbing on like one of the big scrapes in your face. Oh, look at you, my precious baby. Oh, we need the bandages.
Now Mario really does get embarrassed for the first time ever. In fact, the rest of the gamekeepers would be surprised. He's like, yo, abuelita, keep it down. I got a rep to maintain. By the way,
I do not care about your rep. I am your abuelita, and you are my niño.
I brought you some chicle de ojos. Look at this guy.
Oh, you are such a good boy. Yes, you are. Oh, my precious niño.
I know that my abuelo has been gone a while, so abuela, check out the Hercules, man. Go crush on that, man. I gotta go get out of these clothes. I got dragon piss all over me. So
Oh, Abuelita feels the fire down below. She does. Ooh, ooh. Oh,
no. Hey,
I get
Hercules, Herculito, can you look after my abuela? Get yourself some tacos, a mezcal. I'm gonna change clothes. You looking fine, brother. My abuela, she needs a good time. She's short, she can't see. Why don't you haul her up on your shoulder there and like hold on to her legs because they're a little weak, you know? So,
And before she can say anything about it, she finds herself 6 feet in the air and she's up on his shoulder. Enjoy the view, milady. Oh, Mother de Dios.
abuela's got the vapors now. So
I had the vapors. Is it hot in here? I'm outside. It's so hot now. she just kind of like she's like reaching behind your back, feeling his muscle. Oh, it's so hot out here.
As abuela says that, I'm going into the house. I lean over to the DJ and whisper something, and then over the speakers you hear, "It's getting hot in here. Let's take off."
People start dancing like it's getting on out there.
Oh man.
Yeah. It's like, he's Greek. He doesn't care.
So the block party goes on, and you're already pretty sauced as it is. Go ahead and give me another endurance feat, please.
All right.
Wait a minute. Hold on. You done drank with Hercules already, and now you're at a block party drinking some more?
That's
We're
right.
talking about some alcohol poisoning coming up here pretty soon.
That's right.
You only got to be at 0.4 to get alcohol poisoning, just so you know.
I got a rep, man. I got to keep it real.
I'll put it this way. It might be a good thing that he's already died once.
Yeah.
59 on a 37.
It's like,
Okay.
I have a healing factor. What's your excuse?
Oh, shoot, that reminds me. I got to pull this up. I totally forgot to pull this thing up.
Oh my God. I'm imagining my real life abuelita up on Hercules' shoulders right now. She passed, but that would have been funny.
Oh, Lord have mercy.
She was a tiny lady who wielded a mean hairbrush. So
Wielded a mean hairbrush. That's like Asians with the shoe, man.
yeah. Oh,
or Eddie Murphy's mom with the slipper.
Yeah.
Right. Like she has the pump, she get that boomerang action on you. Yes. I love it. Oh, let's see. I need my chart. I forgot to pull up my chart earlier. My universal table.
Elario may die young, but you know what? I'm going to leave my mark. So there it is. I've already died once. What the hell?
Okay, got that for when I need it now. Good.
did die young.
All right, so let's see. What's your let me see what your endurance here is. Go back to this page. So let's see, incredible. And you rolled a 59. So that's right there.
I'm sure we're shifting this with the amount of alcohol I drink tonight.
Hey, buddy. Hey there. All right. So there is some time during the evening where you are considered stunned. You are you don't pass out per se, but like you kind of slide down to the chair a bit, not really moving or speaking too much. Like maybe you can imagine nod every now and again as one of the homies comes by to pay their respects.
I've seen that in real life at my family gatherings. So yeah. Are you sure that's stunned? STUNNED. You didn't want to get rid of the U and the N and put an O in there. So.
So as you're doing all this, a dude comes walking up to you. You know, clearly another Latino guy. He's got tats. He's got like he's wearing a banger. He's wearing banger gear. You see his colors, but he's got gang signs on that you haven't seen before. As he comes rolling up, you catch a tat on his vest that says "Vampiros."
Heroes.
Hey, Holmes, you still with us, man?
This is as much as I open my eyes the way I'm at right now. So,
Woo!
what's
Hey,
up?
Hey, man, I thought maybe you partied too hard, eh? It's like maybe the dragon can't kill you, but the alcohol abuse can, eh?
Yeah, you know, I'm still doing good, man. I got another 2 or 3 days in me, you know. So I'm just resting my eyes. I'm on guard right now. I'm doing this thing. So.
I hear you, S.A. I hear you. That's right, man. You rule the roost. You rule the roost. He tries to give you a fist pound, see if you can actually manage to do it.
I throw up my fist and miss completely. Yeah, I got you, brother. What's up?
Right.
Heroes, man. That's hardcore, man. Are you I saw that dude wrestle luchador before. Is that something else you doing, man? So
Oh no, man. That's like that guy's got his own thing. El Vampiro, him and La Parca, good tag team match and all that. No, man, that's the name of our gang, Vampiros, That's like we're like the creatures of the night, We come out and we stalk after dark, though. That's our thing, man.
yeah, that's cool, Just try and, keep it away from the kids and say no to drugs. I gotta say that because I'm legit now. So, you know how it is.
Oh, see, you're a big hero now, man. You're big hero. How's it feel?
Probably ought to say no to drugs himself before he starts saying that to other people.
I'm showing.
So
hey, Podlong, I can hear you all the way over here. I'm showing the people. Yeah. So
how's it feel to be a big hero, man? Like you, the big man on the street.
It's just, I don't know, man. It's all right. This party's off the chain. If this is the way it's going to be, I'll go up against giant lizards all day of the week, brother.
He kind of like looks left and right, and he like leans in close, like, "Yo, homie, there's a rumor. See, yeah. Don't trip, nothing. Like I'm not saying it's bad or good, man, but like, where it is, man, like, you died."
I had to open my eyes a little bit more and look at him. Yeah, it's no rumor, I say. I did die. Santa de Muerte brought me back. In fact, not only did she bring me back, I'm assuming it's dark right now.
Yeah, it's night out.
Man, not only did she bring me back, man, I didn't need no tussle or nothing because now I got the sombra with me, and I conjure a little bit of shadow around me so it hides almost all but my face.
Oh, wow, man. His eyes widen. Oh, wow. That's legit, S.A.
That's right.
It's like the lights dim just for him.
Oh, man, you the real deal, man.
Yeah, I'm down with all that Vampiro stuff because I'm kind of a children of the night now myself. You know what I'm saying? Except I'm devoted to the Lady of Death herself. But that's a whole other thing, Right now, I'm just enjoying my second life and living it as good as I am. I don't know if I'm alive or dead. It doesn't really matter when you look this good, right, Holmes?
Right, man. You live in La Vida Loca, right?
Yeah, something like that, though. I don't roll the way Ricky Martin does, but that's a whole other thing. So.
Well,
Man,
I think there's definitely some loco in there. That much is
So
hey,
what's your deal, man? What you just want to talk to the man here, or what are you looking for, brother?
Yeah, man, like you're the man, but somebody like you really died, really come back. Man, that'd be hype if you were one of the Vampiros,
Because you know how vampiros, they die, they come back, they rule the night, brother. Seems like that's what you all about, Holmes.
Yeah, man, but I don't roll with the gang life no more, man. I had a run-in before with with another gang. I got out of the Norteños because of what they did to my brother, and now, man, I got police around me all the time. They up my ass, man. My culo is itching all the time. I got so many police members up there. So
Yeah, bro, for a guy who's in the dark, man, you got the spotlight on you.
Hold on a second. He has a bunch of police up his ass, and all that's happening is it itches.
Well, you know, his wallet is his
I
experience.
can hear that shit pylon, and I don't know how I'm hearing it. It's the stone thing, but I'm hearing it.
Yeah. It's all that pouring with Greek gods that got to you.
I tell you right now, I got this thing going on. If I start rolling back in thug life again, man, the police are gonna shit, you know. But I get it. You in the streets, you're doing your thing. I'm even willing to listen, man, as long as you're not hurting the barrio or the people. I hear you, I feel you. But
Man, like, you know how it is. Like, we protect, but you know, we gotta get paid for our protection. You know, we gotta make our bag too, Holmes.
hey, as long as I don't know about it, it is what it is, man. But you know, there are certain things that I'm not down with anymore, you know, and you can ask the Norteños. I kind of get quiet from them. It's like, you can ask the Norteños that got their asses buried a few days ago what I think about that shit. So
Righteous, essay, righteous. All right. I mean, word is around. Like, you're not the one, you know? Not the one. And we seen you take down that dragon on the TV, man. That was some whack shit.
hey, I will tell you right now, Essay, I know where I come from and I know who my people are. So I'm going to protect my barrio. I'm going to protect my people, but I know where I came from. And in fact, right now, I'm dealing with shit that makes Norteños, and no offense to my Norteño, my past brothers there and sisters, they look like pussies, man, because when some big giant green lizard comes out of the sky and he's stomping on a damn building, what the hell am I worried about with the Norteño, man? You know, it's like other people could deal with that stuff, but I'm still from the hood, you know? So if someone comes around, like you, Mr. Vampiro, if someone came around and threatened your abuela, what would you do?
No. Then they have to talk to somebody else who's buried out someplace. See?
That's right. That's right. So, you know, I'm representing, you know, but this is just who I am. I'm still, you know, Elario from the hood, man. I'm the guy from around the block. The other folks I run from, they're cool people, but they don't get what it's like to be from this area. But they get me. They like the tacos. They like the mezcal, you know, and that pylon, that guy, you know, that white dude you saw on the TV, the guy is all white. He needs a tan. You know
Man,
what I'm saying?
dude, that dude is like mucho blanco, right?
Yeah, that dude's a freak. I'm telling you right now, that dude's got an inner freak waiting to come out. I'm telling you, one of these days, you're going to see him down here macking on 3 chicks at once, drinking mezcal, horting down tacos, and snorting a line as long as the block, man. So it's going to happen.
Well, Holmes, we saw him like knock the big lizard down twice with the lightning out of his fist and his foot, Holmes. That was it.
And I'm telling you, I saw that Grace. She was firing off bullets, and then she thought nobody was looking. She was firing off those gun rounds. I saw her sniffing the smoke out of the pistol of her gun, man, out of the barrel. She sniffed that shit like some.
I'm touching myself tonight.
I was like, dang.
I was thinking that too, yeah.
And that Rowena, she conjured up some elements on some people, and then everything went away from her, and people didn't think she was looking, and she was doing a little salsa lambita in the corner, you know, shaking her thing, shaking that moneymaker. I was like, go, girl, look at you. You're going to be on the block with some tats down your back and the whole thing. So,
wish somebody had caught that action on a cell phone. I'd like to see.
Hey, that's what I'm saying.
That's assuming there's not already tats there.
That's what I'm saying, man. One of these days, when I get bigger, I'm gonna hire an undercover film crew to follow us around because they need to catch that freaky shit. Because those three need to let loose and just come down and be part of it and be part of the people because this is where it's at. You know what I'm talking about. So
See, man. See. The people, the hood, la familia.
yeah, that's right. That's right.
Casa. We are the people.
But yeah, I'm feeling you, man. And hey, to you and your vampiros, good luck to you, man. You know, you handle your business. Just try and keep it clean. You know, clean crime. That's what I'm talking about. Clean crime. You know.
Word.
In fact, I might put that on a shirt, but I don't know that the police would like that either. So
Probably not. And
Yeah, I robbed the store, but I cleaned it up.
he grabs your hand and he like pulls you into like one of those like hand grab hug kind of things, like realizing like you're obviously too drunk to like coordinate this on your own. I need you to make an intuition feat roll.
yeah, I'm getting an intuition feat roll just this guy doing it, but we'll see how stunned I am with an O. So
you are definitely going to be at some critical fail. You don't notice shit.
Yeah.
Nothing. Everything's cool, man. This guy's cool. He came to you.
Looks clear.
Another hood, full of respect. He's like, you take it easy, Sombra del Muerto.
Yeah, you too, man. Make sure you don't. Did I say don't do drugs already?
I believe so, Holmes.
Yeah, don't do drugs and tip your waiter.
I'm not sure I understood, though. Did you do the example with the egg in the frying pan?
Waiter. So he gives you a little sign out, and he exits, and that's pretty much the last thing you remember as you leave the world behind.
That makes sense. Somewhere Rowena just heard me say something and it's probably going to kill me later, but that's a whole other thing. So.
All right. The night deepens as our heroes rest or pass out or meditate through the evening, depending on who you are and what you're doing. Grace and Rowan, you find that the rooms in the temple of the Bailong are Spartan, but comfortable. There's obviously not the need for trappings of any sort, but it's still tasteful. There are nice plants inside the room, fragrant candles and incense for light and for pleasant vapors. There are some tapestries hanging up that have sigils in Chinese calligraphy drawn on them. Likely
First, remember rule number 1.
There we go. Now we know. Hey, so if you look at it with the all speak, you're like, remember rule number 1. It's Jennifer, you've got no clue.
Yeah.
But it's and for your part, Grace, you've traveled around the world. You've been in exotic places. This isn't your first day over in somebody's temple before.
Yep.
You've seen things like that. As you're sleeping, even in your state of unconsciousness, your skin starts to prickle with goose flesh, as if the temperature in the room somehow inexplicably dropped several degrees. It brings you to wakefulness.
Iceman, where are you?
Roll me an intuition to see if you can actually perceive what's going on here in the dark of the night.
We can do that. Intuition. 39.
39. You don't quite make it out. wonder why this didn't show up on mine.
I got 100.
Oh, Jen, you rolled
Yeah.
too.
Oh, I thought we were both supposed to. Sorry.
No, you guys, not unless you wanted to share a room, but I imagine you guys had your own rooms. So this is primarily happening for Grace.
I'm actually okay either way. It's up to Roanne.
It's however they would have set it up in the temple.
Yep.
The visiting rooms, I don't know if they would have it single or if they have a communal room.
And
Yeah.
we'll put a guard outside in case Hercules comes by.
Respect.
I think you're gonna take more. It's gonna take more than a guard to stop Hercules. That's all I'm saying.
Put a Catholic nun outside the door with a ruler. She'll send
Yeah.
them off.
She keep a Mario out. So
Better yet,
Grace-
put the nun outside the door.
Exactly. Like from the Blues Brothers, that kind of nun. Grace, you wake and you don't see anything right away in the room, but you feel something.
Hmm.
The hair on the back of your neck prickles up, a warning of danger.
Okay.
That intuition that animals still have keenly, but humans have largely forgotten. But for a frequent adventurer like yourself, you've certainly honed in to those sorts of survival instincts, and you know better than to ignore them.
Yeah, I'll make sure I have my weapons close at hand and look around.
Oh. Let us not be so hasty now, shall we? Put down your firearm, Grace Meridian. There is no need for all of that.
Who am I speaking to?
Oh, listen carefully. Surely you have not forgotten my voice already.
And as that is spoken, you do recognize the voice. It's not that the voice itself sounds terrible or frightening or monstrous, but you know it's attached to a truly awful being, a being sworn to darkness, a being that has haunted and hunted mankind through centuries of time.
Hmm.
And
Oh,
with
it's
a
one of those.
slight gesture, the candle on the stand near your bed breaks out into a low flame and illuminates the dark cloak, the dark clothing. You can see long-fingered, pale hands tipped with long nails as you continue to look up and up, remembering once again how tall this leanly muscular but gaunt individual is, looking up into the sallow face, the neatly trimmed mustache and goatee, the burning red eyes, the arched brow, the widow's peak, the pointed ears. You behold Vlad Tepes Dracula, Lord of Vampires, Prince of Darkness.
Count?
Yeah.
To what do I owe the pleasure?
And does Ozzy Osbourne know you have his name?
Mm-hmm.
I had it first 500 years ago. He can go pound. Ah, Grace. I know when you come to the city of angels on the coast of America, you often get into the business of my vassals, the Crimson Court, no?
Yes.
Of late, it seems. I'm trying to do Romanian, but it still comes out as Russian. Oh well. Eurotrash.
Yeah, I was kind of thinking, like, was this a Russian character or yeah?
Yeah, I haven't heard enough Romanian accents to get it right.
Dracula.
But
you might have noticed that you have seen no particular activity, have you? Don't you find that interesting?
I have wondered on that myself more than once. And now you show up. This can't be coincidence, can it, Count?
Oh, no, it is not coincidence. I have received, back in my home country of Transylvania, the seat of the power of the vampire nation, that my vassals had approached me. Something had ill befallen them here in the West. So much so that it seemed to require my personal attentions. And so I have come. And I have found no trace of the Crimson Court.
Enter Blade, motherfucker.
I have looked quite thoroughly for those of your kind, and I have found nothing in all that time. So yes, that adds up.
So, you had nothing to do with this, eh?
None.
Yeah. Your travel log seems to indicate that is the truth. That you have not been here long enough to have affected this. The cries for help came long before you came here, but you have your ways. You could have come covertly.
I can assure you I did not.
The red eyes are boring into you, seeming to become large, like chasms opening them up.
Yeah. I'm trying not to look at his eyes because I know what he does with them.
And as you turn your gaze away,
Mm-hmm.
you're doing well not to meet my gaze. You remember. All right then, we will keep this professional.
You will notice that I am not confronting you with weapons. I would, if you were willing to do the same, we can talk.
Yeah, Grace Meridian, you are a wild foe, I have learned over the centuries.
Mm-hmm.
Still, I would be foolish not to see for myself.
I have a quick question.
Mm-hmm.
Is it? I mean, the Bailong Temple is a sacred place. It has many people in it that are very spiritual by nature. Can they not sense Dracula's presence?
Children of the night.
I'm gonna give.
I'm
gonna say there are things you're not aware of.
Yeah. I'm going to say, I'm kind of thinking that, we're talking about such a powerful undead that, the usual restrictions require more work, less work for him to overcome.
I just simply mean that they should be. I think, and this is totally up to you. Obviously, you're the judge here, but it is my opinion that they could probably sense such a presence in the Bailong Temple. But that's just a guess.
And I'm saying there's stuff happening that you're just not aware of.
Okay.
Yeah. He probably put in quite a bit of work to get in here undetected.
Yeah, I don't like to spill the beans on how everything's done.
Yeah.
Right.
Again here.
Yeah.
No,
I'm just kind of assuming there's a reason right now.
I just had to toss that out there just in case.
Sure, sure.
Yeah.
There's no such thing as a stupid question.
Yep. Yeah.
Well,
I mean, he's literally standing on holy ground. That is concerning enough.
Right.
Yeah, Grace.
Mm-hmm.
I find this disconcerting. An entire court.
My question is, who would want to take out the blood court, and who could do it without being noticed by you?
I am in a faraway country, attending to other things. But you're right to ask, who could take out the blood court? The vampires, as you well know, are not easy to dispatch, even with amongst those who know our weaknesses.
Mm-hmm.
And to think that none of them were able to flee to Europe or elsewhere, that I can find no trace of any of them.
Mm-hmm.
I have interrogated a few known monster and vampire slayers,
Mm-hmm.
and I have not been satisfied.
Yeah. I don't think it's slayers. Even the best of us would leave some trace.
That was my thinking as well. Now, I wish to make you an offer, Grace Meridian. I will give you the chance to do things your way,
Mm-hmm.
or I can do things my way.
What is it that you wish done?
I need to find out what has become of my people. I am Lord of Vampires, and I am always looked upon for signs of weakness. When one sits at the pinnacle of power, there are 100 daggers waiting to stab you in the back and take your throne.
True.
But I do not wish to draw the notice of the superpower beings of America.
Well, you have fought them enough times to know, so that tracks to me.
Precisely. It is not out of fear, but this is out of convenience.
Hmm.
I fear no mortal creature. He looks at you as if to see if you're going to contradict that statement in any way.
Right now, I'm more interested in figuring out exactly what he wants and what he's going to do, and what is the best outcome to this. So I'm not taking his bait.
Now, unlike yourself, I am no trained investigator. I am a warrior, a conqueror, a lord. But you...
A general and a prince, yes.
Slight nod of acknowledgement.
Mm-hmm.
But you are a seeker of clues and artifacts. You have the skills and knowledge I think required to perform this task in a much gentler way than I might. You can be a scalpel where I will be a broadsword. So, if you would spare this town my rightful wrath, I leave it to you to determine what has befallen my blood courts.
Very well. I was on that task anyway. I see no harm in at least looking. And if anything is relevant that you would be interested in, I can share it with you. But I do not work for you. As long as we're clear on that.
I would never suggest such a thing.
Yeah.
At least, not yet. One day, perhaps.
Yeah. Perhaps one day we will test ourselves in that way, but I do not think today is that day.
No, not this day. You may reach out to me by contacting the embassy. They will make sure you are given the most direct line to myself, so that I may see what you have discovered.
Very well.
And depending upon what you find, Grace Meridian, will depend on exactly how much more involved I become in the matter.
We will discuss that at that time.
I am trying since the founding of the Vampire Nation to be more diplomatic in this modern world.
Perhaps wise.
Are you sure you do not wish to join me? You
I do
would make
not.
an excellent bride.
Uh,
Or perhaps a day walking familiar.
mm, I have no interest in such an offer, but I appreciate the place from which it is offered.
One day I shall have the trifecta. I shall have you, Elsa Bloodstone, and Aurora, my Storm Queen.
Yes, I heard. I have heard through the grapevine the situation with Aurora Monroe.
Yes, she has great strength of will. Oh, how I admire that. What a queen she will make my Bloodstorm.
I think you will find the next encounter between you two may go differently than you anticipate, but this is not that conversation or the time for it.
Oh, those mutants managed to dispatch me briefly, but as always, Draculia comes back. I am. And he gathers up his cape, takes a bow. Eternal.
Yeah.
With that, he parts.
I just give him a respectful bow as he turns to go.
He parts in the mist and just kind of
Yeah.
out.
Yeah, I'm just kind of playing it like they're respected enemies.
Do you want to do anything beyond this?
Yeah, I think we ought to inform the temple to be of what's has happened.
All right. So you step out, and outside of your door, the person who has been set aside to guard you appears to be completely transfixed.
Yeah. I use whatever means that I know to break vampire hypnosis.
They blink suddenly. It's like, oh, what? Oh, I'm sorry, milady. I didn't hear you step out of your room. Is everything all right?
I am fine, and it is no fault of yours. You are transfixed by vampire hypnosis.
A vampire? You're on
Yes.
on these premises?
You would have had no chance of defeating him. He's too powerful. But I think it would be good to let your abbot know that the undead have walked your temple.
But this is holy ground. It's unbelievable.
To the Lord of Vampires, the rules do not always apply.
And the guard rushes off to go inform the abbot of what's going on.
Yeah. I'm just mainly looking to protect everybody else at this point.
Glancing just slightly down the hall next to you, you find there is another transfixed guard outside of Rowan's room.
Okay. Yeah, I'll go over. I'll go over and check on Rowan.
Going into Rowan's room, Brian, your door opens and you awake to find Grace standing in the doorway of your room.
Yeah, I kind of look over Rowan and see if there are any vampire bites or anything like that. And I let her know this is just a precaution.
You find no evidence of vampiric attack.
Okay, all right. And I kind of let her know. Yes, I was paid a visit by the Lord of the Vampires tonight, and your guard was hypnotized. I thought it's safe to assume the worst.
Thank you for checking on me.
Yeah.
Do we need to prepare for a fight?
No. He seems that he wants me to search for others of his kind that have disappeared. I think he was simply trying to make a point.
Interesting.
Yes. he wants to seem to be always the one in control, even though he is not in control of the situation he's trying to deal with.
Power play.
Mm-hmm. He is a man of great age, great power, and great evil. It is no surprise. Very typical of him.
And with great power and great evil comes great evil responsibility.
Great
That's
irresponsibility.
right.
Yeah. Yeah.
Hey, look, he's the ruler of a vampire nation these days.
Yeah.
That's a lot
I mean,
of going on.
you know, this guy's been a prince his entire life. He was a general.
He was the, let's see how you say it, the Voivod of Wallachia.
Yeah. Yes, the Voivod. Yes.
Voivod.
Yeah.
Now, with that, there is some low-key unrest throughout the temple as you see the abbot has come out with some others, and he's checking on his guests to make sure the two of you are all right.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
And
we are in no danger. I simply want to be sure that no one has been fed upon or hypnotized or anything like that.
we found actually a number of those who have the night watch here at the temple. We found them in a state of transfixation.
Yes, vampire hypnosis. The Lord Dracula is very good at such things.
And by long, you, of course, are checked on as well to make sure that you are okay and that you have not been corrupted by the vampire as well.
If we didn't sense anything, I should be fine. I was in meditation, so it would be really difficult to do anything to me mentally or spiritually.
Yeah.
And that is perplexing to you. This is holy ground.
Mm-hmm.
A vampire should not be able to willingly come onto the grounds of this place.
Yeah.
It would, any more than they could step into a mosque or a church or any sort of holy ground, that it's, that's got active, faithful believers.
Well, he wasn't just able to come into the temple. He was able to do so without any of us knowing it. Nobody could sense him. Nobody saw him coming. Nobody felt anything. Nobody saw anything. By long didn't speak to anyone. Nothing happened.
Yeah.
Like I said, there are things going on, but as far as like evading gaze, that's pretty easy for somebody who can turn into mist.
Right.
But as for the other stuff, that is a concerning matter.
It is. In fact, I'm going to personally assign the abbot into looking into this. We need to investigate how this happened and see if what we can do about preventing it in the future.
Yeah. Also, check on the bronze box just in case.
Checking on the location of the bronze box, you find that it is precisely where it has been entombed within the monastery.
Yeah, I did not think that it would have been of any interest to Dracula, but at the same time, it never hurts to be sure.
Never hurts to be sure. Absolutely. So with that, assuming you can trust yourselves to go to sleep, knowing that the Lord of Vampires has been on the premises.
I would just make sure to apply like holy symbols and garlic and things like that for extra protection.
Aha! We put out guards with blindfolds.
Yeah.
I imagine you've got some people who are pretty good at the blind fighting.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
All right. I like it.
Get Zatoichi out there.
So you take what precautions you think may or may not thwart the Vampire Lord should he decide to make a return appearance, and it becomes, at least for the time being, part of the temple protocol. In the morning, the abbot will begin his own investigations, doing his research into the matter to see how this was even possible. But with that, let us go on. Let me make sure I got everybody's stuff here. Yes, we will go on to the next day. So, Grace, of course, is full health because Grace regenerates. Pylong and Rowan, you may increase your health, well, like heal up. Not 1 endurance rank, but 2 from the extra healing you received at the temple.
Okay. So I just roll it, and then you move it up the ranks.
No, whatever your endurance rank is,
Yeah.
like whatever your current health bar is, add twice your
Got
endurance.
37. 37 is endurance, so it can go up. It can go up 37 points.
No, you had 2 ranks, so you are going to double that amount. You get to add 2 of your endurance
72.
rank.
Okay.
72. You get 72 points of health back, both of you.
Nice. Nice. That helped out a lot.
Get that good Bylong Temple healing going on.
Hell yeah.
Grace and Rowan, when your regular garments are laid out for you in your rooms, you find that they have been meticulously repaired.
Mm-hmm.
Just a wonderful job. It's
Yeah.
You can faintly see where the repairs have been done because there's no like flourish to the stitching or anything like that. But like, the garments have been stitched up expertly.
Make sure to give my thanks to the cleaning staff and the abbot and everyone involved.
Now, Pylong is just given a whole fresh new set of robes.
Yeah, mine were pretty tore up.
Yeah.
Because you just rate that. You're the Pylong.
Yep.
Yep. All right.
So,
I guess we should find out what Olario's been up to, because we may actually need him here.
I actually still want to. I still have one thing I'd like to find out.
This guy here.
Last time I was here, I talked to the abbot about the White Dragon gang.
Mm-hmm.
And asked them to investigate, see if, and I'd like to find out if they had found anything out about it.
All right.
As of yet, nothing pertinent. It all seems to be business as usual.
Have you?
We cannot even say for certain that they have the artifacts.
Well, that is currently the only lead that we have. Returning that White Dragon armor is a must.
Of course.
Yes. So we've. I don't. Have you enlisted the? We talked before about maybe enlisting the people, going to them and asking them for if they have heard of anything, if they know anything. Let's double our efforts in trying to find these.
The people in the areas we have talked to they either live in respect of the White Dragon gang or they live in abject fear of them. They do not seem to be willing to talk openly.
Yeah, I don't know. Like I'm stuck in Europe. Like my Asian accent's turned European accent. Whatever.
Yeah.
I'm trying to do Master Splinter from the Ninja Turtles, but it keeps turning into something else.
I think your whodunit voice keeps trying to come out.
Yeah, like whodunit? Whodunit wants to be back. He's haunting me. How could you let me die?
Because it looked clear.
It did look
Okay.
clear.
I have one last suggestion. I would like you to set 3 of your finest students. And I want you to set them to meditation. I want them to pray night and day as long as they can, sleep when they must, but pray and meditate until they find an answer. Bylong will speak to us. Spylong will tell us where these people are, or perhaps encourage the people to help us.
It will be as you say.
Thank you.
No thanks is required. This is all part of our duty. Damn,
But there's always time for manners, my friend.
Ever the teacher. So, Grace, as you are looking at your phone to see what Ilorio's up to, you see that you have a number of missed messages.
All right. So who's on my Rolodex?
Did you see mixed messages or missed messages? So,
Missed.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, the mixed messages are like from Iceman and whatnot.
Well, the mixed message, at least a couple of those mixed messages are probably drunk messages from Ilaria.
Yeah.
Oh, baby, you're missing it. The messages come from the mayor's office.
Interesting. And what does the mayor want?
There are several messages detailing. First, it's like, "Can you please call us?" And then voice message letting you know that the mayor's secretary is calling you because the mayor would like to arrange something with you.
Okay.
There is a where's my thing here? Oops, wrong note.
Yeah.
Let's see. The mayor's office is wanting to have a meet and greet with you. They want to discuss having a formal ceremony to recognize your efforts and indeed those of the Golden Gatekeepers as new champions of the West Coast and the city in particular.
All right.
And they're really hoping that you will say yes because the governor himself wants to participate in this event.
All right. Well,
The governor of
yeah, I was going to say this sounds like an invitation we're not in a position to refuse. And I know, and I'm just kind of worried about bringing Ilario.
Oh man,
why would you think about that?
I am torn between making the mayor or the governor a Gavin Newsom or being more fun and having it be like Schwarzenegger governor.
Yeah.
Hey, this is an alternative world. The governor has to be Sylvester Stallone. So,
Oh, that's a thought.
Well, I mean, you can tell it's a fantasy world when somebody with Sly Stallone's speaking abilities gets elected governor.
of course, we'd have to. Or it could be Ronald Reagan brought back from the dead, be like, "Hey, aren't you that dude from Western Days, man? What is that thing?
What was it? Teacher, like, yeah, that guy from Death Valley Days.
Death Valley Days. I seen you, brother." Seriously, I was born in East LA.
do we happen?
And
We have.
And you're going to tell me that Jane Wyman is the first lady.
Yeah.
And what were you saying, Mike?
We have I believe we have everyone's phone numbers. We can call Ilario.
Yeah.
And tell him.
Yeah,
what's
she
going
was
on with us,
she was
get a
just
hold of him.
picking.
Yeah, she was just picking up her phone, and she realized her phone had kind of blown up.
Off the hook, yeah.
You could try to
Right.
call.
We can try to call. I'm just kind of like, what condition am I going to find him in?
As a matter of fact, Jen, this being early in the morning because they get up early at the Bailong Temple, as soon as you touch your phone, it starts buzzing at the crack of dawn.
Ringing. Okay.
And if you look at your phone, you find that your phone is even way more blown up than Grace's. And it's
That's impressive.
Oh, it's relentless list of calls. And they are all from the same number, your agent.
Of course.
There's text messages like saying like, darling, booby, call me, urgent, need to speak to you. Amazing opportunities. Call me back ASAP. Where are you? Where are you? Where are you? Where are you? Saw you on TV.
People that call me booby.
Goobala.
Booby, sweetie, baby, come over here.
Mm-hmm. Darling.
My favorite client.
Doing my best as Sarian.
Absolutely favorite client. Oh, she's a dish. Best served cold. Do you desire to check in as of yet, Jen? Or are you going to save that for later?
I'll text back and put in the middle of artistic frenzy after last night's battle. Contact you later, and just leave it at that.
Instantly, you get a text right back. Okay. Don't leave me hanging. Opportunity's knocking. Got to open the door. You can almost hear the frenzy in the texting and like all the little frantic emojis that she's put into it.
Oh yeah, but she's also aware when I've texted that, because I've done that to her before, that I probably won't answer her for hours or days.
Yeah. Which I'm not going to say what that means. I'll let you find out on your own. So, is anybody actually calling Ilario?
Yes.
Because in this universe, your cell phones inexplicably survive being smashed by a dragon. I don't know why. That's how this universe works, right?
Yeah.
We don't have to go into all.
It makes everything else that falls apart, but God damn it, our cell phones are some sturdy things, man. Let me tell you.
That's Dark Tech. They're very survivable.
Yeah.
Now I know this is fiction. So.
Yeah.
Made by the Brief Parker Industries.
Yeah.
My
phone was made by Tonka.
Just don't go Roxxon.
All right. I'm sorry. I get so sidetracked with all the silliness we do.
Yes.
Did somebody call Ilario?
Yes, we did.
All right. Who's brave enough to make that call?
I'm calling. Like, I really don't want to, but it's like I have to.
So the phone rings.
Yeah.
And rings. And rings.
All right. So yeah, after a while, I'm just gonna send him a text and say we need to meet at the temple.
Yeah, Ilario, what's your voice message when nobody can get you?
Voice message is, yo, this is Ilario, the baddest of badasses in the Golden Gatekeepers. For business inquiries, press uno now. For hookups, press 2 now. For all other inquiries or for alcohol delivery, press 3 now, and then get your ass over here with the cerveza. Beep. So.
Yep.
All right, as you
Ilario, wake up and get to the temple.
You leave the voice message, you send the text. Ilario, you aroused to consciousness as a hand is gently pushing your shoulder, rocking you. And it's your abuela, and she's trying to rouse you to consciousness.
Okay.
You find that despite all of the drinking, you are not actually hungover. That's the first thing you notice. The second thing you notice is it's way too early. 2, there are people you both know and do not know sprawled out over your furniture, out in your lawn.
Is Hercules one of these people?
No,
Oh.
he has a godly constitution. Inside of vehicles, outside of vehicles, your grandmother is cleaning around them after she hands you the phone. You'll have a call. She hands you the phone, and she's cleaning around, like looking disapprovingly at all the people who are just cluster fucking up the home, and yet trying not to disturb them. You know, in normal circumstances, she would be going after people with a broom, telling her, like, party's over, get out. But because this was all in celebration of you, you get the idea, like, maybe she's taking it easy on these people because they love her little niño.
Yes. Abuela, tell him to call back later. I'm hungover. Oh, wait a minute. I'm not hungover. All right, give me the phone. Thank you.
Yeah.
Here you go.
All right. Ilario, have you had any strange things happen last night, as in like vampire type of strange things?
Who is this?
This is Grace. You know, we saved the world together. You might have heard of me.
Grace. Hold on. I got a headache. Yeah. Grace, you're the one that does the... No, wait a minute. Are you the one that fires gun? Yeah, that's you. Yeah.
Yes.
Vampires? What are you asking me? Where were you? We had an after party. Where did you guys go?
We went to the Bylong Temple.
Oh,
and we had it, and you missed something pretty big.
Yeah, I'm sure that was over there compared to what we were doing over here. So.
Oh, really? Did any vampire lords visit you?
There were the vampiros that came by.
The vampiros.
Yeah, the vampiros had some.
Are they like actual vampires, or is this like a brand thing?
I don't know, man. It was dark. He was wearing leather. I told him I didn't roll that way. He gave me a hug. I passed out, man. Hercules was drinking and had my abuela up on us. And it was kicking over here. Like I said, you missed out.
All right. Take some aspirin and give them some coffee, and we'll meet up later when you're feeling up to it.
All right. What are we doing now? Are we like are there more lizards on the loose? Is Rodan going to come down through the Golden Gate Bridge, or is King Kong climbing up on the Transamerica building? I just need to know what I'd be prepared for, man, because
vampires, real ones.
Get the fuck out of here.
No, they exist.
Yeah, right. And Dracula is eating refried beans with my abuela out in the kitchen. Come on. Stop shooting.
No, I know him personally.
Grace, so.
Nope. I wouldn't even try to do that. Sometimes the things that are real are stranger than anything we can make up or imagine.
Right. Okay.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Dracula. Is that what you're telling me right now?
Yes. He actually came to the Pylon Temple.
Uh-huh. All right. Well,
it shouldn't happen, but he did. So
give me a few minutes to take a shower, and then me, the Wolfman, Frankenstein, and that fine ass babe Elvira will all hop in my Dragula, and me and freaking Rob Zombie are gonna fly over the Bay Bridge, and we'll meet you over there. All right, just give me a few minutes. So,
Don't forget to.
I don't
dig
even
through the
bother to
ditches
tell
and
them that I
burn
know
through
at
the
least some of
witches
those
on the
people.
way.
what? What were you saying, Mike?
I said, don't forget to dig through the ditches and burn through the witches on the way.
In the back of my Dragula. Yeah.
I'm already on top of it, man. In fact, all you fine ladies better have some thunder kisses for me by the time I get there. I'm out.
Five,
Out.
five, five.
Chink.
Yeah.
I am the American Nightmare. I am your super beat.
So whatever time they're expecting me, add 90 minutes onto it for Ilario time, and that's when I'll be there. So.
Yeah. We kind of assumed that. And I kind of recommend to by along of you, I mean to the abbot or whoever's in charge of things over there. If you have anything for a hangover, I would suggest you have it ready in about 90 minutes past whenever he gets here.
Oh, you're having Ilario come there?
That's what I was thinking.
Oh,
do we want to pick him up?
I didn't know if you guys were going to go back to town. Like, okay, everybody's going to come to the temple. All right.
It's easier to have him come to us than for us to come to him.
I'm just saying, if I walk in there, there's a better than even chance.
Plus, every time we go over to his neighborhood, it ends up causing a scene.
I will say this: you bring me to the Bailong Temple, there's a better than even chance it's not a holy temple once I get there. So,
Oh. Well, it's not that holy. Once you had a vampire lord, take a nightcap there.
What were you trying to say, Mike?
It is my opinion that Ilario would have a hard time entering the Bailong Temple.
Why is that?
Probably true.
Because he's controlled by death and darkness.
Oh, I see.
This is the place of life and light.
Oh. Well, he's come in before.
He has come in before.
Okay.
Death is part of the natural order of things until it gets unnatural.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, in this particular case, our main enemy is the Great Black Dragon Lord, and he is death and entropy.
There's more than one being that represents death in the universe.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And they all have somewhat different agendas.
Very true.
So as Ilario is on his way, somebody comes rushing up as you guys are discussing this and says, "There's someone outside the temple gates."
All right, I guess we'll check on it.
And the abbot's like, "Who comes to the temple at our waking hour? That is not usually the way of the Western world." It is. They came riding up in a van with a radar dish on it. There's a woman and a man, and he's holding a camera.
Radar love.
My people.
Did you really bring the news reporters to the Bailong Temple?
I did. That was all. That was originally part of the plans. This is not you guys interrupting my plans and me having to flex. This is an original part of the plan that you were going to wake up in the morning and find that Gail Weathers is outside of the Bailong Temple, and she's got an amazing idea for you.
All right, let's see what she wants. Well,
maybe it's a good thing Ilario's not there yet.
Oh yes,
probably it is. Yes,
this is going to go a lot smoother without Ilario because I was thinking this was going to be a one-on-one with just Bailong and Gail, but oh man, I wish Ilario had come out with you guys and stayed over because that would be amazing.
All right, yeah. I'm just gonna make sure that we're all properly dressed to meet visitors. So,
well, I know her. She is a contact of mine, so I will go out and speak with her.
Yeah, we'll talk to her.
And she's not trying to force her way in or anything, but she's like, you hear her talking to the sentry outside. You did send word inside, right? He is coming. He did say, what did he say was coming? Like, it's really urgent that I speak to him. And yes, we have told Master Long that you are here. I'm sure he will address you as soon as possible. And it's at that time you arrive at the gates to hear this exchange. Pai Long, so good to see you again. Oh, wow. You look really well after yesterday. Ooh, you guys use some secret herbal cream or something? Like, can I get some of that? Skin looks great.
Is there something I can help you with?
Well, you can help me by letting me help you. Now, hear me out. The Golden Gatekeepers have gotten a tremendous amount of exposure, and that's been fantastic. The people love you. They really do. And I want to help you out even further. They know you as this group, but I thought, wouldn't it be great if the people got to know you as individuals? And you, I want to start with you because you have this whole, temple. You have this global organization, and you promote peace and well-being. You're known for your humanitarian aid, and your esoteric practice of martial arts and healing. Your teachings on philosophy and wisdom. And I would love to be here to have a one-on-one with you, and maybe some of the acolytes here at the temple, and we can do a story on you, but also about the Bai Long and what the Bai Long Temple means and stands for, because it's kind of like the Shaolin Temple. Like, the average person is like, okay, yeah, Shaolin Temple people do kung fu, but they don't really know what the Shaolin Temple is about other than what they see in movies and TV, that David Carradine guy kind of thing. I would like to introduce the locals and maybe the world to the real you. I know you're in a global organization, but this would mean a lot more to our local people, to seeing our local heroes through the context of somebody who's local. Don't you think? It's a great idea. I know it is. You should too, right?
Let me teach you your first lesson about us. We believe very strongly in 4 basic principles. The very first of which is propriety. One that you might want to learn here.
Do you have a special definition for propriety? Is this something? I mean, I understand our Webster's dictionary definition, but I just want to make sure is there some deeper transcendental meaning that I'm not catching?
All things must be dealt with in their proper manner and in a proper way.
Well, sure. That's why I came here to set things up with you.
This temple is not the place for that. If you would like, I can sit down with you. I can even bring a couple of people at some point, and we might be able to talk to you if we have time, amongst the many things we are doing. But that is about the best I can do for you. The Bai Long Temple is not the place for what you are talking about.
But don't you think the people would like to see you going about your practices in the environment, to see you practicing your arts and your meditation, your philosophy in this setting?
Your energy
we are not here
messes
to put
with the
on
temple.
a show.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. As
Yeah.
you said.
I'm not trying to put on a show. I'm not directing you. I want to catch you as you are, as what you do. I want everything to be, in your words, through your lens, not mine.
Mm.
The only way you can
Ilario
do
is-
that is if you want to become a student, which means you're going to have to give up your job.
Ilario is now speeding quicker to the temple because his marketing alarm is going off. So
Now, just out of curiosity, looking at her, is her cameraman rolling?
Yes, he is.
I take little rivulets of wind around the microphone so that nothing that she says is being recorded through the sound of the wind.
Okay, you can do that. Like, even though he's got a wind sock on the microphone because you are outside, you can see him start like to tap on his earpiece, and
I'm looking totally innocent.
he's trying to figure out his. He's like starts playing, like he opens up the LCD screen and starts like playing with some of the settings and twisting and turning knobs in the camera itself. Not quite appreciating what's going on.
You must understand. I'm not trying to be rude, and I do wish to help you, but what you are asking is just too inappropriate.
Well, if I give up my job, how am I supposed to record anything?
That is kind of my point.
I mean, if I was to come into your temple like that, then all I'm writing is a memoir, and this is a visual medium. The images are powerful.
As I said, I'd be willing to meet with you at some point. If I have time, I am even willing to bring some of the acolytes along. However, that is as good as I can do for what you are asking. You cannot use this temple for that purpose. I have spoken.
So let it
This is the way. Yeah.
All right then, I suppose.
Yes. The way of the white dragon involves a great deal that it difficult for a Western mind to get their head around.
Not to mention secretive.
Yes, and it requires a great deal of personal sacrifice to become as good as he is.
Well, I'm not asking you to divulge your secrets or anything, but letting people see some of the goings on the outside. And I know you're probably going to hate this comparison, but the Shaolin have opened up their doors so people can see what's going on. Like there's video of them training, but I don't think they're teaching them the what do they call it, the dim mak or anything. That none of that's getting caught on camera. I'm not trying to be disrespectful, mind you, but I guess I don't know how to say this without it seeming rude to you. And I'm not trying to be rude, but I'm trying to package it in a way that's digestible for the Western mind. And part of that is through imagery. But not going to push.
I can talk to you about things, but if you were to bring the cameras inside, if you were to interview people, if they were to see the goings on in here, that they were to see how we would train, they would learn things that we hold sacred, that we hold secret, that you must be a part of us to know. That sanctity cannot be violated.
Even at the novice level?
That is why I said I was willing to work. I was willing to meet with you. I was even willing to bring a couple of students. That is. I am trying to accommodate you, but what you are asking, it's like you don't understand what our purpose is here.
I step up beside Pai Long and I look at her and I'm like, and there's one other thing that you are not considering. If you come here and you show Pai Long in this setting, you set everyone up in here as targets to anybody who would hurt Pai Long.
Yeah. Yes, the order does have its share of enemies, as we've seen with the dragon.
Well, to be frank, the location of this temple is not a secret. You're right here on the coast of California, and I appreciate your offer, but if I'm just going to watch some of your students in a room or in a meadow practicing, whatever it is you're allowed to show me, then that just looks like any other martial arts demonstration. It's not like actually going to the heart of the matter. And I hope you can appreciate that.
If I may be honest with you.
Of course.
To your Western eyes, to your viewers' Western eyes, are they going to see anything else?
It's my hope that they will. At least some.
I've watched some of your movies about how you view our people, how you view our culture. Let us say things are different.
I could say the same thing happens in cinema across the world.
Yeah.
This is true, but I'm not trying to ask if I can film inside your sacred temple.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Throws up her hands. She does this number, and the guy just like, yeah, okay. Like he was getting anything good.
Yeah, anytime they approach like that and things start to get, irritating, she's going to play that little wind trick because she doesn't appreciate being recorded without permission.
Mm-hmm. They really should have asked first.
No, they hop in the van and they start taking off. Meanwhile,
I really did all that he could to try and accommodate her. She just wanted something that he couldn't just give to people.
no, that's like his point is totally valid, but her point is like people won't get the context just seeing them do it like anywhere. It's like when the Shaolin Temple opened up its doors and they actually let people come in there and film. It's definitely a completely different vibe than watching, Shaolin monks who have come over here and start performing at like a martial arts tournament. Feels completely different. That's what she was trying to get across, but she's not very good at explaining it that way.
She has a lot of enthusiasm, but not really great at explaining herself.
Imagine if the Shaolin monks would have done the same. If they were protecting secrets from an ancient deity and the very heart of that god in their temple.
Yeah, she doesn't know anything about any of that.
Right.
No.
These I don't even want her to get close to where she can get maybe might even get a hint of thinking about what might be over there. Do you know what I'm saying?
Oh no, because like if she could, she would. Like, she'd Lois Lane the shit out of this.
Yep. She's one of our contacts, and I didn't want to just like blow her off or whatever. I don't know what else I could have done.
No, and that's fine. Like the conflict with NPCs, even friendly NPCs, always adds an interesting dimension and dynamic to things because like you can have a pretty serious disagreement with your best friend. Stuff happens.
Yeah. And conversely, you can have a friendly chat with your arch enemy,
Nothing like chatting with the Lord of Vampires.
Yeah.
Just staring at you like Edward Cullen.
Yeah.
Plus, I gotta say, there's also an extra level of alert considering the Lord of Vampires was just in our temple.
Yeah.
And she has no clue about any of that.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's not wise to tell her.
Like, look, if you'd said something like, look, we just had the Lord of Vampires in here. Oh, my
right?
goodness. Trying to
oh no, we are not having that discussion.
like that?
No.
Oh no, like that. You would find her trying to climb over one of the walls with like a GoPro and a little microphone attached to the side of her face.
I would also like to add, I think that's probably as stern as Pi has been in years.
Yeah. Yeah, when he loses his patience, watch out. It's always the quiet ones.
Some people can get under the skin of a saint.
So I will, while we're sitting there watching Drive Away, I will text my agent. Had an interesting run-in with Gail Weather. She is interested in doing individual interviews. You may contact her and set one up for this afternoon, and I'll see if I can accommodate.
It's not even 3 seconds. You get a text back. Beautiful, darling. I knew I could count on you.
Yeah. I can set something up with her at some point, but it won't be today because we've got way too much going on.
No, she can't just meet you at a park or something. It has to be on sacred ground somewhere.
Yeah.
Oh no, I'm gonna take her to my studio and I'm gonna promote the hell out of my upcoming event. No, just
There you go.
That's
I just had a little Gail Weathers dig in there. I'm sorry.
Somewhere Ilaria is very happy all of a sudden. So.
All right, and I'll be back. I got to go.
Yeah.
Hey, it's not Gail's fault. You decided to make a character who lived on sacred ground.
Just be glad it's Gail Weathers and not Lois Lane. Yeah. She would have already been up and over the wall and fighting half the monks or something.
At least you don't have to worry about the Kurgan, so there's that.
Jennifer's taking a pause for the cause. Is there anybody else who needs a break?
I could use 5 minutes, but
why not?
Yeah, go ahead.
Sure.
This is a good time to bathroom break, get your tea, whatever you guys are do.
I also have to say, before I go on my break, I've got something to say. It's better to burn out than to fade away. So.
Yeah.
I've got something to say.
Remember what Ramirez taught you, Highlander. Do you think that God really cares for all these mortals? Yes. That is his weakness. That was my introduction to Clancy Brown, the Kurgan.
I probably will go get the slice. Yeah, that's also working on, which is all remade.
Meanwhile, for our viewers out there who are not aware of it, currently on Fund My Comic, we have Blood World, Phoenix Throne, a comic book that has been produced by Raincross Press, of which all of us here are members, except my lovely wife. The story is written by our own D Nemesis, and cover art is done by myself. Interior art is done by a frequent artist that Macabre Mike there uses, one Tosin. I can't remember how to say the first part of his name. Please forgive me.
Actually, his first name is Tosin, and his last name is Awasika.
Awasika, thank you. Tosin Awasika, tremendous artist. Guy I can't say enough good things about him. Like he's fast, he's professional, he is the real deal, and he does beautiful work. We are so lucky to have him, and so grateful that Mike pointed us in his direction. They've done a number of books together, and the Phoenix Throne is a space opera set in the 26th century of the Earth solar system, where the bulk of humanity has left the Earth behind to set up kingdoms within the system on the moons around Jupiter and Saturn. And there's also people out there in the asteroid belt just beyond our system. And there's even remnants of humanity on the Earth itself in a giant 10-story high or 10-mile high cities called spires, and a mutant population in various wild, horrible, dangerous creatures outside. But this first comic, Phoenix Throne, focuses on the cybernetic monarchy that has been established on Ganymede. You'll get to meet such characters as Isabet, the Queen of the Faith, the Baron Chabot, the Braggart and Warrior, Duke Evany, who has an interesting perspective on things, and many more characters. There are space battles, there are intrigue, there's even some sexiness going on. Consider this book a bit PG-13, so not for the little kids, but all right for teens. It's got it all. It's got excitement, it's got battles, it's got mechs, it's got armor. It's just all there. If you're looking for something that's just cool and new, Blood World, Phoenix Throne on Fund My Comic.
We've got little kid sex. No. What? Oh, never mind. Strike that. That came out wrong.
And we've got all kinds of cool things on the campaign itself. Several different covers to choose from. Stickers. If we get exceedingly excessively well funded, we for those of you who are old enough to remember, we want to release a set of color forms, which were always fun to play with when I was a child in the 70s. Just all kinds of super cool stuff. Please go check it out, and we appreciate your support in advance.
See.
You know, we need Alario as our pitch man. Who could resist that guy, right?
Now let me tell you, this is the dopest flyest shit I have seen in many a year, man. They got this queen. She is looking sly. She got this down to here.
You got these sexy feet.
Damn, baby. And then some people creeping on her. They're trying to overthrow this chick. I'm like, what are you talking about? Look at her. Who wouldn't want to be ruled by a mamacita like that? But there are people there. They're out of their minds. And I'm telling you, it's all part of Blood World. You know what I'm saying? Hey, I was watching this shit with my brother Hercules while we were eating some king tacos, some El Rey tacos. And he was like, yo, brother, if this had been around back in the day of the Greek gods, nobody would have been fighting because everybody would be watching Blood World. Don't be watching any of that shit. And I said, yep, I'm down with you, man. I know exactly what you're talking about. You put this in the hood, there's no more violence. There's no more crime. Everybody's watching it. Go watch Blood World for world peace. I'm out. This is Alario. So
that's the best pitch. Go watch this for world peace.
Hey, you know what? One day, John Lennon and Yoko Ono decided they were going to do something for peace. And you know what they did? They stayed in bed all day for peace. The news came, filmed them in bed and everything. They stayed in fucking bed for peace. If you
Peace
can
and love,
stay
man.
in bed for peace, you can read a fucking comic for world peace. That's all I'm saying.
You know, I've stayed in bed for peace many a weekend. And
Hell yeah, I'm a staying in bed for peace motherfucker. Let me tell you.
in fact, I'm so down with world peace. I've got nothing on from the waist down for peace right now. So
like what did you do? Nothing for peace. And it was everything I imagined it would be. For those office space fans out there.
you guys think I'm role playing Alario, but I'm just letting my inner self out. So
I'm dangerously tipping my camera down below my shirt. What are we? Nope, not gonna do it.
Yeah. It's your inner cheat.
More peace, give me more. So
I say war. What is it good for? Absolutely nothing. Say
Good
again.
God, you all.
good God.
All right. Enough.
It's not you all, man. It's y'all.
It's y'all or is it you all? They mean two different things.
As we say down south, yeah.
Do you understand the words that are coming out of my mouth?
For those, just for one last bit of like sidetracking us, for those of you who are not Southern, I'll explain to you right this. Y'all is you're talking to a singular person. You all means you all. That's when you're talking to the many.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Also, you should all understand, this is for all of you who are not from the United States, and specifically if you're not familiar with Southern slang. There's naked, which is just you're naked. You have no clothes on. And then there's naked when you're doing
That
something.
means you're gonna get on. You getting it on. That's
Yes.
what that means.
That means you ain't got no clothes on. You're up to something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You may or may not like being naked, but I guarantee you'll enjoy being naked. So
Naked is good.
yes.
You can learn that just from listening to country music too.
If
And
you
if
play
you play it backwards, you'll get your clothes back on.
Yeah, you play country music backwards. You get your house back, you get your girlfriend back, you get your truck back, you get your job back.
And yes, all of you out there in the world, there is a country song called "There's a Tear in My Beer." So,
Yeah.
And beer for the horses.
But whiskey for my soldiers.
Meanwhile, Elario and I are wasted away again in Margaritaville.
And getting wasted.
As Elario is driving up, you do see the TV news van pass you by. But you're on the same road.
I give her a honk. Beep beep.
She turns, smiles, waves at you.
Puts on the gas.
Oh, no, she's not going to do it. She's not going to. I'm tempted to have her have the driver hit a U-turn and follow you up there because Elario is always a show. But she
The whole effing show.
Gail decides that she's pushed Pylon about as far as she can today.
But has Elario pushed Pylon as far as he can today? We will see.
Speaking of pushing characters, Elario, as you were rolling up, your phone buzzes.
This is Elario. Go.
Well, you turn it over and you've got a message.
Okay.
And so if you open the message, you find 2 words and a link. And the words say, check it.
It's fishing. Don't click.
Sorry about that.
I'm not clicking on that, man. That's bait right there. You know, that's that bait. So
It's bait.
yeah, I would have to say that Elario is streetwise enough to know not to click on a strange link. So man, I don't want to throw a wrench in your plans though here, because I know you want me to click on it. What the hell? I'm living dangerously today. I'm Elario, damn it. I click on that link. So
You click on the link and you see it's going to take you to a YouTube video. You have to decide if you're going to try and watch this while you're driving, or are you going to wait till you're parked someplace? Or do you want to stop now and watch it?
He's not afraid of death. You know he's
I'm
going to watch
living
it while he's
dangerously,
trying
man.
to
I'm watching it while
All right.
I'm driving, and I'm eating a burrito, and I'm drinking a 5th of vodka too. So I'm doing the whole of it at the same time.
Oh my gosh.
Perfect.
Somebody's
Perfect.
going to die.
Everything I could have wanted and more. You click on the link. It takes you to a YouTube video. And the video says Elario's greatest hits. And the video starts playing. And there's this kind of how to put this stereotypical kind of Mexican music, like some very stereotypical sort of mariachi music, and you're getting a little bit of a Benny Hill flavor, like it's kind of comical, like yakety sax.
And it says Elario's greatest hits on it.
It says Elario's greatest hits.
Damn, what freaky mamacita filmed me while we were doing some nasty stuff. All right. So,
You say that, but also overlaid on this are like comical sound effects and things. You see yourself on the street as a shadow falls across you, and then the hand of Fin Fang Foom comes down like Godzilla versus Bambi and flattens you into the street. and a big like graphic comes across like, oh, that's gotta hurt. You see another one as you're on the head of the dragon, and the dragon sticks his head in the fire with you on it, and moments later you come running screaming out of the fire with the flames, like, ooh, serious burn there, bro. Another video shows the dragon's head whipping and you going flying off, and it cuts off before we see Rowan catching you. And it's like, in the wind, Holmes, it's a bird, it's a plane, it's a Mexican.
Oh, it's going to be like that. All right.
There's a clip of you tearing up the light post, but the camera has been angled so you can't see the dragon in the background. It's a hard shot to achieve. Maybe there was even some AI involved to clean it up, but it's you pulling up the lamppost like it says like no respect for city property. And as you look at it, it's got like over 1 million views, and you're watching the counter kind of click on the low end. And the name of the account is called Feet of Clay.
Do you remember that scene from Jay and Silent Strike Back where they're in movies and they're typing back to the people?
The movie Poop Shoot People, yeah.
I immediately pull over to the side and go, all you motherfuckers watching this and like this, I'll find all you motherfuckers, and then I'm going to fuck all you motherfuckers, and I'm going to bring Shadow, and the Shadow is going to fuck you motherfuckers. Love,
And this was how the great fucking of the motherfuckers began.
My only regret is I don't have my own Silent Bob next to me at this moment. So.
Yeah.
Okay, so I guess
That's pile on.
I wish to analyze the video, and I guess I didn't see it.
No, you haven't seen it.
Yeah, it's like, okay, people are going to do what they're going to do. I don't even care.
I think there's more to it than that.
And then I take the link and I post it on my, since this is an alternate universe, my Y account, and say, yo, all you Eladio fans, find these motherfuckers.
Treat them like they do in the hood.
Yeah, if you want to do that whole safety sake thing that they always do in comic books, change the name stuff, you can call it, instead of Twitter, you can call it Chatter.
Yeah, there you go.
Right.
So, but I'm like, can you believe what they're doing to your boy? Bunch of racists.
Do you read any of the comments underneath the video?
Sure.
Oh, it's great. It's like one of the comments is like, you know, I thought Ilario was dope, but it turns out he's just a dope. It's like, the hero we need? Nah, bro. It looks like this hero needs a hero.
I take time to answer as many as possible, which is going to make me much, much later. So.
You are going to lose years of your life doing that.
Yeah, he's sitting beside the road, furiously answering hundreds of thousands of comments. and we like the worst of the internet. That's all it is. Yeah. You find a few people in there who are like, oh, come on, man, this dude saved the day. He fought a dragon. What'd you do, pussy? But you know how the internet is, man. It's a big dog pile of people who are looking to have fun tearing somebody down.
Absolutely. And Ilario is exactly like Jay. He doesn't understand it.
Are you and your friend gonna go find
the
addresses of each of those people and go to their houses and kick their asses?
Exactly.
I love that.
Magnolia, are you Ilario fan number 2648? Yes. Who was
like one of the commenters is a guy called Noob Master.
Noob Master. Yes.
That's a contradiction.
You know, I don't even want to.
That's an MCU drop.
Yes.
Oh.
For those of you like from Infinity War, Noob Master is the guy who kept harassing Thor and Korg while they were playing Xbox.
Oh, that's right. Okay.
And Noob Master left a comment on there?
Yeah.
Yeah, for Newt Master, I type in Newt Master, more like Pube Master, because all you're doing is sucking this video maker's dick! Exclamation. Flame War started.
I am the Pube Master.
And I roll up to the
Oh,
Bylong
sorry.
Temple feeling very unholy and proud of myself. So, all right.
I guess so. Jesus. 6 hours later, after you're done answering all those comments.
I roll up and it's like, can you believe this shit? Here we are at this pristine temple. These mother effers are putting videos up. Look at this shit. Look at this.
I really don't care.
This is a crisis.
This is not a crisis.
No, it's not.
I love it. This
Look.
is great. No, it's not.
It's like, yeah, it's definitely not on the level of Dragon taking over the city crisis.
This is
And it's
more
definitely
important.
not a crisis on Infinite Earths.
No.
This is more important than stupid Dracula. By the way, what kind of bullshit was that? Dracula? Are you serious right now?
He was in this temple. I spoke to him.
Mm-hmm. Hold on for a second. I'm going to go get the Loch Ness Monster and the Kakui right now, and we're going to all hang out and powwow this thing.
We fought a dragon yesterday, and you doubt
Oh,
the existence
Yeah,
of other
please,
things.
the Loch Ness Monster is a myth.
Like, we're gonna go kukui this thing. Oh.
Yeah, but the dragon was there. I seen dragons. Dracula? Come on. Besides, isn't this a holy temple? How the hell are you letting Dracula into this place?
That's a very good question.
When I walk across the threshold of this place, I get a little twitch in my ass, if you know what I'm saying. So you telling me that I'm worse off than Dracula? Don't answer that shit. So,
Yes.
Oh, hilarious.
all right, I'm here for the meeting. By the way, where's the fried rice and egg rolls, man? I'm hungry.
Right
What you
down the
got
street
up in here?
next to your Mexican food truck.
Okay.
Yeah, gotta be like that. Man, I feed you when you come to my hood. I'm here, brother. Hungry.
Yeah.
Why do you automatically assume we eat fried rice and egg rolls?
It's martial arts, bro. Isn't this Asian?
It's martial arts.
Yeah.
And he says that with
It's just like, I don't get paid enough for this.
he says that with all seriousness too. He's like confused why anybody is like wondering about this. Like, what? I mean, what do you people eat around here? It's like, I mean, I take a burger or
With a straight face, I look, they're vegetarian.
what? Vegetarian? How the hell are you fighting on vegetarian, man? You mean vegetarian like you only eat a little bit of meat, right?
If you doubt my medal, you may test that assumption at your convenience.
I'm not doubting your metal. I'm doubting your cuisine. You tell me you eat no meat, none. Come on. You cheat a little. You say, I'm just going to eat the fish, right? You eat the fish. You having fish tacos?
Mike Nunley really wants to make a mama joke right now, but he's not going to.
Because of Pylong self-control, yes.
Yeah.
Come on, Pylon. You know, you eat the fish. You eating the shrimp. It doesn't have a face, right? You're like, it's just a shrimp. You eat the shrimp, right? Come
It
on.
has nothing to do with whether or not it has a face.
Bro, you don't eat the shrimp? Do you eat the eggs? Are you into that whole thing? You're not eating eggs either? You just eat the vegetables?
We are not against dairy products. We just do not eat them.
See? And there you go. What did the eggs turn into? They turn into chickens, man. So you eat. There it is. So just give in. Bring me the beef, man. I want some carnitas and some refried beans. So, yo, let's go.
You're in the
This
wrong
is
temple for that.
All right.
You know you're in Chinatown, right?
I'm going to take you down. I'm going to take you down to Chinatown.
Yeah.
We're
Yeah.
China.
No, I just mean,
we're
you're ordering Mexican food in Chinatown, in San Francisco.
we're in Little China, and Ilario wants to start some big trouble.
You already told me there's no egg rolls and fried rice, man. We're in Chinatown. That's what I said.
I didn't say there was none. I asked you, why did you assume that we eat that?
Because it's martial arts and we're in Chinatown, man. Spring rolls, tofu.
It's all in the reflexes.
Yeah.
I don't know, and I don't get it. You're not gonna eat any meat. What's the deal with that?
We have. I was teasing you, my friend. Of course, we have food for you here if you would like to eat.
Partake. Yeah.
I don't want to start any shit, but it's just my way. Why don't you eat meat?
Both health reasons, and we just don't believe in it.
Look at me. I'm healthy. I came back from the dead, man, and I eat meat every day. So,
but we are not infested with darkness.
oh, it's got to be like that, huh? All right. I see what you're getting at. That's fine. More meat for me, man. More meat for the meat eaters over here. Am I right, Grace?
Normally I eat plenty of meat, but I will respect the Pylon Temple and not do so today.
Well, I'm going to go get some chicken chow mein. I will be right back. Hold your horses.
Mm-hmm.
Rowan, what do you want? You want that orange duck? I saw you eyeing it, you little minx. I'm going to bring you the orange duck, the Peking Palace, and the poo-poo platter. I get that shit. That shit's name is funny. I got to order one of those. I see a Chinese place over there. I'll be right back.
We need to get with the mayor. We can get it on the way.
Oh no, you told him the mayor.
The what? The what now? The mayor?
Oh, here it comes.
Either that, or I look at Grace as like, if Gail wants individual interviews.
Yeah, there's
Yeah,
that
I
too.
saw her on the way. Did you guys do something with her while I was not around?
We were discussing setting up interviews with each of us so she can get to know us.
Oh, yeah. All right. Well, she must be waiting to. Well, she hadn't called
Not
me
those
yet.
kinds of interviews.
What are you saying about the mayor? We're going to see the mayor? The governor? What? Who? That guy from Death Valley days?
The mayor would like to meet with us and fully recognize us as the Golden Gatekeepers, or the new Defenders, or the Bay Area Badasses, whatever we decide we're going with.
So we're going to talk to the mayor? Did you negotiate an appearance fee? Come on, tell me you got an
Not
appearance.
that kind of appearance.
Actually, there was a fee for us. We had to promise not to bring you.
Oh, man, I can't believe you folks. You know that she's going to take pictures. She just wants to glam onto you guys to make herself more popular because we're the shit right now. And she wants a part of our shit. That's what she wants. You got to get something out of it,
see why
man.
you Americans pick on each other so much. This is kind of fun.
You know what I'm talking about, Pylon. Come on. You know exactly what I'm talking about.
See, I get a definite Neelix Tuvok vibe between the two of you.
I look at Grace and Rowan like I'm not losing my mind, right? I was like, she doesn't want to meet us just because she thinks we're cool. She wants to meet us because she wants to glam onto our popularity right now to make herself more popular so she can get reelected. And so she could have more money and more power and more cock and all of the other stuff that comes along with being a famous female mayor. Or is the mayor male? I don't even know, man. I don't vote. I never voted in my life. You know what I'm saying? Besides which, I don't think I'm allowed to vote because I'm a convicted felon, but that's a whole other thing.
Yeah, it's not your problem, is it?
It is if I'm not getting paid my appearance fee.
Oh.
think
Too much.
yes. Let us go get to this meeting of the mayor. I have some personal things going on, and actually, I think this might help.
All right. I'm still mainly concerned about Dracula showing up and finding the blood cord, but we can do that, I guess, after.
You're still going with that whole Dracula story, man? Huh? I know you were drinking last night, Grace. Admit it. Admit it.
I did not touch nothing, and also I have a healing factor, and alcohol does not affect me that much.
You were down here in Chinatown smoking a little of the China White. I know you. So.
Yeah. Keep dreaming.
You getting a little of the Bylong madness while you were up in this temple. Mm-hmm.
Okay, come work. Why aren't you working?
At this point, I think the monks and the abbot and everybody else are shooing all of us out to get me away. So.
I didn't know we.
I'm tempted to agree with them.
Pardon me a second, y'all. I'm having some technical difficulties.
Yeah, no problem.
I'd like to do something I think I can do that wouldn't require you to do anything really. I would just like to go in and mention to the abbot that we have an opportunity for the mayor to recognize the party, and that I think that this might perhaps win more favor from the people to be willing to help us.
That sounds like a reasonable idea. Okay, why?
We've got to do something. We've been working at this for weeks now, and we're not getting anywhere. I'm getting desperate.
What is it good for? Absolutely.
Okay, why is that not working?
Because it's Roll20.
Are you trying to put a map up or something?
No, I'm actually trying to open up some character sheets.
Oh.
And Roll20 is trying to act like I've never done this before.
It didn't want to let me on when I got on earlier. I had to try like 3 times before it would let me in.
Because I need to have the character.
But you can't come in.
I need to have character sheets open, so like.
And just like that, I'm back at Christine. I gotta let the dog out.
Well, yeah, Roll20 acts like it's been taken over by Christine. So.
Oh my goodness! And my kitty's back for attention on top of it all. Hello, buddy. Hello. I love you too. I love you, little fur ball. Yes, I do. Why isn't this working? I don't want to have to wing this. Tokens are fine, but why can't I get the sheet up?
Wow.
Yeah, sorry for the lull in the excitement. If I can't figure this out in the next few seconds, I guess I will.
All right.
It's all right. I could do some more Ilario riffing on meat and everything else.
I will accept that.
Ilario on the state of California politics. We could have a whole little thing on that. So.
You ask me, I blame society, bro.
I'm going to propose a new TV show called Trace Company, and it's got Ilario living in an apartment with Rowan and Grace,
Trace.
Landlord is Mr. Pylon. So
I would watch.
Come and knock on our door.
no, you got to sing it right. Come on, knock on the door. We've been waiting for you. Where the kisses are hers and hers it is. Three's company too.
Pylon can knock on your door by kung fuing it down.
Yeah.
Yes, he could.
Hey, what's up, Mr. Pylon? I don't have the rent, man. So
High Lung does have a wicked 1-inch punch.
I bet.
as long as that's the only thing that's 1 inch, laugh track.
Oh,
Oof.
Your mom wasn't complaining.
oh, shots.
Laugh track. We just went from Three's Company to Martin. Martin. Look, it's Shanae has walked in. It's Grace Weathers.
This is so weird. Why aren't you letting me open this? It's not like I ever closed it out.
That's what I want to do for a future issue of Phoenix Throne. We need to do a Married with Children cover of all the characters with Married with Children.
Oh no.
I don't even want to know who would be Al Bundy in that situation.
Well, this is beat. This is not how I wanted to do this. For whatever reason, Roll20 is not letting me open up my NPC sheets.
Roll20 has been, ever since they decided to do their beta thing, they've been beta in the worst possible way. Nothing works.
All right. I guess I'll have to improvise.
Are you going to overcome and adapt as well?
I'm not a Marine, but you know, hoorah.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I don't want to stop, but if this is like an integral part of your game here, I don't want you to do it if you're not prepared.
Yeah. We've been going almost 3.5 hours?
Yeah,
now?
we got a little over 3 hours. You know, if you need your stuff to work for this, I'm all right with that.
Yeah.
Okay.
We can work on our characters.
That would give me a little time to talk to you guys before I have to go too. So
Tell you what, I will introduce the moment, and we will get into it because if I introduce it like this, it will be a cliffhanger kind of thing, which is always fun.
Okay.
Curses, Roll20. All right. Anyhow, curse you thing that I use for free without paying.
now you sounded like more McDonald just now. So okay.
You see, when the villain comes knocking on your door, it's gonna be bad for you. I'm gonna give you one of these and a little lightning, a little thunder. All right, yeah.
All right, that's great.
And my dogs are the Doberman. I have Jewish attack dogs. I have the Doberman. I replaced the Doberman with the pit bull, and now he's out on the street going like, I used to be somebody. I was a Doberman. Now he's upgraded to the pit bull. I hate that guy.
It could have been a contender.
All right.
That was a great Norm Macdonald, I have to say. Put him inspiration proactively till tomorrow for that. So.
I'll take it. Geez, now I want to create an NPC that is like Norm Macdonald just for the game.
Yeah.
All right, so I don't know if I should tell you guys this in advance or not because this is funny. I'll tell you this. Like I've decided that if Greyweird goes down permanently, there's no reprieve from death gods and stuff like this. My next character is going to be a flagellate, and he is going to be modeled after Floki from the Viking show.
Nice.
and he will have much to
Character.
say about what the gods are saying to him.
I want to see what Mike's new character is going to be. So
Yeah.
but that is
Anywho.
for time.
All right, so you guys have determined you are going to go see the mayor, call the mayor. What's the plan?
I guess we would have to call the mayor's office and arrange time and place and whatnot.
All right. So as you reach out to the mayor's the number that was called, the secretary answers excited. Oh, thank goodness! Finally, you're here. I was worried something had happened to you. Like we've been in a frenzy trying to. We couldn't find you anywhere. Not at the museum. Not at Rowan's place. Somebody tried to go down to the barrio. That didn't work out so well.
I can imagine.
Yeah, their car ended up getting tagged and its wheels were taken, and they couldn't get a lift out, so they just kind of jogged. But regardless, and they also got forced into buying some merch. I'm not sure what that means, but yeah, that's what they were telling us. But yes, it's. We would really like to. The mayor would like to speak to you personally to make arrangements for this presentation they want to do with you and the mayor and the governor in recognition of all that you've done for the Golden Gate area.
Yeah, we'd be more than happy to do that. Just when would be a good time?
His honor says he is willing to clear time. So if you want to come into town right now, he will set aside his schedule. He's so eager to meet you. Or I'm sorry, she's so eager to meet you right now.
Yeah, and I kind of looked at everybody. When do we want to go now?
Are there going to be cameras there?
I'm going to assume so.
Aren't there cameras everywhere you go, Ilario?
He's carrying a camera / phone in his pocket.
He's holding up his finger for a second, like he wants to make a point.
Yeah.
I'm assuming that the governor and the mayor are going to want to take a photo opportunity with the Golden Gatekeepers, correct?
Well, that will be a little later. Right now, this is just a meeting to set things up. We want to see, if that's something you'd be willing to do. And there's just a lot of details to work out, and the mayor would really like to hash all this out in person.
Okay. So you want to come to an agreement about an appearance with all of us together for a presentation. Is this correct?
I don't know. I'm just the secretary, just the personal assistant. You'd be speaking with the mayor about that.
That's fine, Mamacita. I get what you're putting down. I hear you. I was just making a point to my esteemed colleagues here. So, we'd be more than pleased to meet with Her Excellency the Mayor. And but some of us haven't eaten and we've been fighting Godzillas and stuff, so we need some food.
Sure. Just whenever you're here, let us know. And the mayor's fully ready to just make the time for you.
All right.
Outstanding. We'll have
He's
three
just shaking his head.
meat dishes and one, and he points at Pylon, vegetarian. So, that means nothing with the face, just the vegetables. And you can put eggs in there too. So that's fine.
Okay. So when are you? I'm ordering. Okay. So when are you going to be here? I don't want your food to get cold.
We're on our way.
Yeah.
Okay.
We are in the Gatekeeper Mobile right now. You do not know it, but we're on our way. Grace has this new Gatekeeper Mobile, the Golden Gate Mobile. So that's what it is. That's what we call it. It's dope.
Oh,
never
wow.
mind him.
I hadn't heard you'd done anything like. Oh, okay. It sounds like the secretary is not entirely sure who to believe, but whatever.
Yeah, we'll make our way there. We have ways.
Okay. Look. Do you have an ETA?
Yeah, I'll just go ahead and give him whatever is a reasonable time, based on what I know. So,
Atomic engines to charge. Yes,
yeah, accounting for traffic and all that.
All right. Yeah, that sounds great. All right. Looking forward to seeing you soon. The mayor is very excited to talk to you.
All right. Thank you. Okay. And I think we're gonna just cut the line before Laura can ruin it any further.
To the Golden Mobile, atomic engines to charge. Let's go.
It's always coming up with some new shit, which is funny because it's giving me ideas, which may or may not be good for you.
It's like, I don't want to be a superhero. He keeps dragging me into it.
The whole way to the car, I'm going behind Grace going, dan.
So you get into Grace's car.
Mm-hmm.
You start heading out of the California hills back to the city proper, heading down, planning on going down to City Hall. But long before you reach there, there is a sudden flash of light, and just the front end of your car explodes.
Damn.
Was it thunderbolt and lightning?
No, it wasn't the thunder and the lightning, but it's gonna be so much.
Yeah. I'm not worried about myself, but I'm gonna try to save who I can as we crash.
Yeah. All right. So is everybody wearing your seatbelt?
Yes.
Yeah.
All right. So you don't get flung from the car. Basically, where the engine block used to be does not exist. The front frame of the car still exists. There's no longer a hood. The car grinds to a sudden vicious halt as the wheels pop off of either side. The axle has been separated, and the wheels go spinning freely out. Since you guys are all belted in, I'm not going to have anybody take any damage on this. But as you start to gather your wits from the violent shaking and the explosion in front of you, as the dust starting to settle, slowly lowering in front of you, in front of the windscreen where you can see, is first you see metallic feet, followed by metallic legs, and then there's a green tunic, a wide belt, a gun holstered on the side, a flaring green cape, leading up to a hooded head with
hello, doctor,
a vicious, an iron visage, arms across. Doom would have words with you. And he points his hand, and the gauntlet starts to glow. And that's where we end.
Okay.
Hold on, I gotta say one thing. I look at him.
Explain a lot.
Yo, bro, I already watched you play by Leo DiCaprio in that shitty ass movie. I'm not down with the Man in the Iron Mask. Get the fuck out of here. So.
I was kind of expecting a Man in the Iron Mask cat call.
Of course.
That's a good cliffhanger. The appearance of Doom.
Right.
To what
Doom
end?
and Dracula. That does add up.
No, the Golden Gate Mobile.
Well, maybe now we can go and buy a proper superhero car with the insurance money that Latveria owes me.
Good luck collecting. So,
well, I'll send Luke Cage. He was able to collect from him.
Yeah. All right.
If we can figure out the next week, we'll see you then. If not,
can I
we'll
close
see you
out
in
the
2 weeks.
episode and we could talk about this when we're done?
Yep.
Okay.